What's up, everyone? I'm trying to think of what I planned for today's stream. I want to do some room matches, but there hasn't really been a shift in the meta. Like, it's still Taiki dominating most of the room matches. Obviously, late surger gamblers can pop off. I have seen some pretty good Taichin builds where they proc so much mid-race and just to get as high up as possible for Encroaching Shadow, just like completely dodging the Furious Feet attempt, especially since Furious Feet is on like really bad cards. So I've seen a lot of Taishins just stack as much mid-race as they can and only proc Encroaching Shadow to win. Which I do think is a better build. It's just very reliant on you having somewhat decent legacies and obviously being able to just hit the stats with the cards. But I think a lot of like the S-rank Taishins I've seen have been foregoing Furious Feet and just using that SP on like 3 more mid-race skills. I don't want to do too, yeah, but off of that, it's just like I don't really want to do too much room matches because like it's not really that different. I want to do some because I want to see like what everyone's building here at least. Is the late surger casino your only hope? Yeah, I think like the two that like can somewhat consistently win in CM right now that I've seen is a very mid-race heavy Taishin and Taiki. Otherwise, like, I mean, obviously the late surger casino, the no stopping me casino, like those can obviously win if you hit proc it early enough. But I mean, I just think that like anyone who's a pace chaser just has a harder time competing with the Taiki. Taiki's just a little bit more consistent. But pace chasers, I mean, all those pace chasers are also, you know, in the casino, you grab straight descent and head on, and you roll those two, because if you hit those two early enough, it's like also very strong. I said this in Discord, but I am planning on dropping Brian for the CM. Because I just can't consistently get through her career, and it feels wrong doing the normal mode on Brian for an ace, just because it's just like impossible to clear the Tenno Show Spring, because there's a cooldown McQueen in there on the hard mode. So I'm gonna use Brian next CM. I also think I also want to go over next CM because obviously I've been planning for the next CM now. But right now, I have 2 Taikis. I'm done with Taiki, my Taiki builds. I have this Taiki, which I think I like. Like, I like the skill list. I like the stat stick that she has. I'm just really annoyed that I didn't get Mile S. But I think this Taiki, like with her skill set and everything, if I just had Mile S on it, I'd be very happy to bring it. And then I have this Taiki who actually has Mile S, but 300 less wit and no head-on. But more mid-race. Because, you know, I have both pace chasers, both miles. So this one actually, minus not having head-on, has better stats, has better skills, has Mile S. But the 300 wit is kind of rough, and the no head-on is like my biggest gripe. What was my deck for this? This was my deck. It was 2 speed, 2 wit, Helios, because I never got straight descent on my legacies, and then my borrow. I couldn't find a borrow with it either. I just forgoed all inheritances because all I cared about was the skills, or the skill list. So I just went for pure whites and some blues. But this deck, I mean, it's not that big, right? 3 SRs, a level 30 Rico, and then obviously I have the Kita-Sun. But yeah, that Taiki I was really happy with, besides the fact that I whiffed the Mile S, and then I hit it here. So I don't know which Taiki I'm going to bring, but I don't think I'm going to do any more Taiki runs, because I want to do Pasa. This is like my skill list for Pasa. I'm running 4 excels plus her excel, so it's 5 different accelerations, and we are just going to try to stat stick past somebody in the late race with 1200 power. So that's my plan for Pasa, and this is the deck I was running for Pasa. My goal is to just have more power so that Condor's Fury triggers during the late race. So all I need is like one of the 4 excels to proc early and Condor's Fury, and then hopefully that's enough of a casino. But I'm gonna redo Pasta with my Borrows and try to get my LS on it. But that is my plan on the Casino Pasta. Obviously, I would still want some mid-race, but I'm trying to like kind of avoid the corner ones because I don't want to proc Condor's Fury too early. But it's really hard to like engineer that. So I'll still pick up the corner ones if I end up like not getting ramp up, slipstream, things like that. But I'm trying to like cram ramp up, unyielding spirit, like all the passing ones rather than the corner ones, because I'm worried that because of my other pasta that I was running in room matches, I think 4 corner. I had 4 corner mid-race skills, and I kept triggering Condor's Fury way too early. So I want to try to do straights mid-race, and like Uma Stan, obviously. What was the deck? 3 speed, 1 wit, and then Haru. Haru's really nice because she has that guts modifier. So I'm hoping that like with 600 stam and like 600 guts, I can utilize dueling a little bit more. I don't think this is like... this is just like my theory craft on Pasta. I don't know if it's ever gonna actually work. I've tested this one and it's like kind of iffy, just because gambling on these excels feels terrible. That's my plan for Pasta. I'm gonna continue using my Borrows until the CM starts, until I get one that I'm happy with. And then Haru, I glued some Harus, but I think I've done probably around 15 attempts on it. Probably a little bit more than 15, because I quit out of the run at the first inspiration now, just because it's just not enough time. Is 612 stam enough for a pace? She's a late surger, and she also has 540 guts. So, like this should be enough for a late surger. 540 guts, 612 stam. For a pace, it's probably a little iffy, but definitely for a late surger, I'm pretty sure this is enough. Or the stat line's gonna be enough. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because I think I'm just gonna do double casino, because obviously with my Haru, I'm gonna casino, because I don't think there's any way she can win without gambling on mid-race. Or sorry, gambling on the excels. But Pasta, I think, is my other casino one, and then hope one of these Taikis I'll bring. I still haven't decided, still like trying to test it out. Because this one like more consistently wins against this S rank one, but when this one hits head on, I just lose. So, I don't know, not getting head on feels really bad, but also not having my LS feels really bad. But yeah, this is the horror one. I posted it in Discord. I think I would have remade this one anyways, because this is really low power for like, this is just low power. Like I low rolled the power. I usually get like 1000 power. I think I did too much guts training. And also I queued up 4 explosions and never saw them again. Like I only hit, I think, 8 explosions this run because I just could not find the explosions that I made. But usually like my wit's a little bit lower and my power's at like 950. So that kind of sucked. And I think this, obviously, you know, 510 stam with the recovery skill might be a little iffy as well. Like I think the stat line really sucks. But also, I'm running both Nice Nature and Grass Wonder, and I didn't get either of their skills. I think I got Slick Surge off a hint and Updrafters off an explosion, which made me really annoyed. What did I do with my Taiki for head-on? Oh no, I did not run the medium tracks. This one, I was just banking off the explosions. I was just brute forcing explosion hints. I think, like, obviously, probably the better way is to have mediums in your grands and then miles in your main parents and try to hit it off your main parents, but I brute forced it on these runs to try to hit it. Yeah, head-on could be... Can head-on be in a White Spark? I haven't seen one. I haven't seen a parent with head-on. Because I would have borrowed one, right? No matter what. Like, if it had head-on and mile, I was probably planning on borrowing it, but I just never ended up finding a... somebody with a White Spark of head-on. I don't know if, like, nobody's grinded for it, or just, like, it can't be. You've seen one? Okay. Yeah, I think just people don't have it in parents. I mean, I don't have it in my parents. Okay, so Head on Spark does exist. Okay, that sounds good. Because I know, like, when the day first released, I think somebody in Discord did, like, 15 runs and never saw it. So I was just like, I don't know if it was glitched or something. But also, I did 15 runs on Gold Chip for Uma Stand, and I never saw it, so they probably just got unlucky. It's available in this. Yeah. It's just like nobody has a good parent because we're so close to the CM now. I'm assuming most of like the parent sweats already moved on to the next CM. The new favorite markers are so nice. I like using like the shoes for the different distances, and that makes building so much easier. Like doing parents is so much easier because you can filter by the distances and stuff like that. I'm just sad that the notes section here can only be 9 characters. I guess I have to bust out my traditional Chinese. Because, like, 9 characters you cannot write anything with outside of a character language. It's just Slick Surge. Slick Surge is the head-on for Pace Chasers. It's just Slick Surge right now only works on... Slick Surge randomizes the whole late race, whereas head-on randomizes the first 50%. And Slick Surge doesn't get buffed until I think the 2nd anniversary or something like that to be like head on, where it's the first 50%. So I don't know. It's crazy that they introduced head on with like the first 50% of the late race condition, and they didn't update Slick Surge. Does the level for the Haru ult not matter? It's a recovery skill. Like an additional 4% recovery on like the 5.5%. I think does not matter. Yeah, Slick Surge and On Your Left is always a gamble. Even when it gets updated to fit like the first 50% of the race, generally people only bring it to sprints and miles because all the other, like mediums and longs, you have a more consistent, you have other consistent accelerations like Measure Orion, Measure Dober, No Stopping Me. Like that's probably more consistent on a medium and a long than On Your Left is. So On Your Left is like the sprint mile skill for late surgers. No Stopping Me is the medium long skill for, well, actually for almost everyone. No Stopping Me for mediums and longs is more consistent. How lucky am I got Turf S? I think I've done probably 80 runs now, going for a Haru for a mile. I think this is the 2nd time I've gotten Turf S on Haru. So, I mean, 1 in 40 to hit 3 inspirations. I mean, that's still pretty lucky. Any good lucks with my free pulls? Yeah, so I still have the free pulls here, so I should probably do that. But I've been getting a lot of, like, off-rate... Okay. No. Yesterday I did my 10 pull, and I got Fukukitaru after I used the gold crystal on it yesterday, like the day before. But that's when I got King Halo. So now I have a way to farm Uma Stan, which is really nice. After I spent 15 parent runs on Gold Ship to get it on my legacies. But now I have King Halo, which is a consistent way of getting Uma Stan, so at least I don't have to give up at inspirations. The day before I got nothing. Here, looks like I also got nothing. I got Rico on one of the free 10 pulls, but I think that was when I was streaming. I also had Winning Ticket. And then I also have Gold City. So I've been getting a lot of off-rate banners. Also, I got that Rico, which makes my life so much easier. Seeking the Pearl feels like a scam. Yeah, no, I ran Seeking the Pearl, I think 4 times on Ogre trying to get it. And I never saw it, so I was like, alright, whatever. I'm just gonna do a Gold Chip great-grandparent. Yeah, King Halo just got updated with Uma Stan. It's weird that their like maintenance for it only didn't say for the other cards. They only said Smart Falcon, but they fixed a lot of cards. Like I think because I'm running Air Shakur now, because Air Shakur has straightaway spurt guaranteed in her 2nd chain event, I believe. So like this is a good parent card now. I still would never run it in an ace deck, but I can no longer say Air Shakur is useless, and now I'm somewhat happy that I got my first copy of it, because I can drop Kishi Amazon from parent decks now, but this guarantees it at the 2nd career. But yeah, King Halo on the 1st career chain, that I do not have unlocked because I've never ran the card, has Uma Stan here. Crystal on Air Sugar. Yeah, all I've got. Yeah, it's Satano Diamond has all I've got. I don't think I own a copy of Satano Diamond. But I got it off her rare card from a random event. Where is she? But, wait. Oh. Does she have an SR card? I don't own the SR or the... Does she have an SR card? Maybe I got it off of the SSR random event. I don't remember. But yeah, a lot of stuff got fixed. It's just Smart Falcon was like the biggest thing. I think even like Palmer's... Does Palmer now sap less energy? Because I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be one of the fixes. I guess I can't check here. I think did Muteki always... Was Muteki fixed right away where she gave both the late surger stuff on the first event? Palmer is -5. Do you run Falcon in a front runner ace deck now? No, power cards still feel very bad to run. Like, if I could take out the Helios from my Taiki deck, I would. But I just don't have the White Spark in my legacies. I think it just depends on how sweaty. Like, if you are on borrows, it's probably better to run Smart Falcon in your deck, just so you can guarantee the groundworks. But if you have your own parents and you're trying to high roll, it's way better to not run a power card. But yeah, the Falcon card gives you, you know, if you finish the chain event, it gives you one of the early race position skills. If you get the first event, you get groundworks. So it's like mainly for consistency. But you would like high roll better if you didn't include that card in your deck. Oh yeah, Center Sage is really good for team trials because it always procs. It's just the effect from it. You're gambling on the effect from the positioning skills, not if they proc. Well, besides a wit check. Anyways, let me do my 10 pulls since I got into a tangent. 2 SRs, okay. I would like Sweep Tosho. I kind of wish I saved my crystal instead of using it on Fuku. Because now I'm running Sweep Tosho, and having it level 40 feels bad. Oh, I'm getting so punished. I should have saved the crystal. I should have saved the crystal. I'm running a level 40 sweep on my Haru and on my Condor Pasa, and it feels so bad. Oh, NSR. Digital. Yeah, I would always recommend waiting until after the free pulls before like making any decision. I just got greedy. I got greedy on my Taiki, and I was like, I really wanted to run a level 45 Fuku. Oh, because my thought process was, like, I only need 1 crystal for Mant to get Nishino Flower to level 45, because I'm going to replace my speed card. But it just sucks that until like this entire scenario, I'm most likely going to be on a level 40 sweep. Yeah, do not... All the gambles I do, hopefully deter you from... I mean, actually, I guess I got 3 SSRs on the paid banner, but they were... Actually, were they all useless? I got 2 Guts cards that I cleated one of them. One of these days, this free 50 pull, or not free 50 pull, this daily 50 pull will give me a 3-star. One of these days. Die with Scarlet. Getting Brian was good. Yeah, getting Brian is really nice. I'm really excited to run her next CM. But yeah, one of these days, this Daily Scout will give me something for sure, right? But yeah, so I think so mainly what I'm trying to say is before the CM, we've got what, 5 more days? Registration starts on the 16th, so CM starts on like the 19th or the 20th. So hopefully in like 15-ish borrows, I can make a mile less pasa, and then in 5 days, I need to cram out like 20 more Harus and hope that I can get the two golds on her. But I think my Taiki is locked in. If I lose the CM, it's whatever. I gotta work on parents for CM5 or CM6. And then so for CM6, let's see here. I'm planning on running Rice Shower and Narita Bryan. Because I think I really enjoy bringing new Umas to every CM. Well, we don't talk about what's going to be my third slot. We don't talk about who I'm bringing for the third. But I like bringing new Umas to every CM, so I think I'm going to run Bryan and Rice Shower. Rice Shower, I think, is... Rice Shower is nice. She gets Highlander. And Highlander, those 2 hills. So Highlander right now, with the new update, is on a random slope. So it used to, I think, trigger on this first slope, which essentially is like groundworks, right? If you could get it to trigger within the first 60 meters. But there's also a hill in the late race that you are accelerating up, so Highlander also gets value there. So Highlander for CM6, either you proc it in the first 50 meters for a pseudo groundworks, or you proc it in the late race for a pseudo excel. I don't know if it's worth putting like deleting legacies that don't have Highlander, but it is a skill to consider. I don't think it's going to be that strong. But what I do want on my Rice Shower is, I think Rice Shower is going to be my stam heavy pace chaser, because I think I'm going to run Narita Bryan as a pace chaser. So I'm going to be greedier on Narita Bryan and run the Rice Shower power card, and then for Rice Shower herself, I'm going to run the Super Creek card, because obviously I can't run the Rice Shower power card on Rice Shower. But I do think I'm going to try to get angling and scheming on Rice Shower in conjunction with the Highlander, and maybe see if I can get groundworks, because I'm going to be borrowing a Seiyun Sky for Rice Shower. I really don't know if there's going to be frontrunners, because getting enough recovery skills, getting enough mid-race, like, I think there's just probably not enough SP for frontrunners to run on a 3000 meter. Because it's just so much SP has to be invested into recovery skills rather than mid-race. So I can't imagine that many people are going to bring frontrunners. So I think I'm gonna build Rice Shower as a pseudo frontrunner on Pace Chaser with angling and scheming and possibly groundworks. Just because I just don't think there's gonna be fronts, and if this Rice Shower, I want this Rice Shower to promote over my Narita Bryan. I mean, yeah, you can run Esmara, right? She has Restless, but also the first hill is right here. So I mean, I guess technically it has the condition where it can't activate in the first, is it 10 seconds? Restless. It can't activate in the first 10 seconds, right? Yeah. So, I mean, it'll still activate at the 190 meter mark, which I think doesn't get you the full effect, right? Because you only use 100 HP out of like 3,800. what is that? 100, 3,800. You use about 2.5% after 10 seconds. So you lose, if it procs as soon as it can, you lose 3% on this. Oh, is it on an uphill or a downhill? Oh, it's on an uphill, never mind. I was thinking of the wrong skill. So like you use 2.5% at the 10-second mark, and if it triggers too early, you could just whiff it. Because this will always, as after 10 seconds, it's during any time of that uphill, right? So you lose 3%, which just makes it harder to build, right? So I really doubt, well, it's not even that I doubt, like people will probably bring front runners, but I think most people will just overtake the front runners because they have to buy SP they have to use their SP for recovery skills, and they just won't have that much mid race. And they still need to get groundworks. So I think I'm going to run a pace Rice Shower with try to get groundworks, but it's not the end of the world if I don't. But I'm going to grab angling and scheming for her. And then Narita Bryan, hopefully, actually I don't have it here. Narita Bryan, hopefully I can, like this is the stat line I'm trying to hit. Oh, I don't think I can hit. I think most likely it's going to be 1100, not 800 stam. And like about 900. She has a 20% stam growth rate with a 10% speed. So I think this stat line is achievable for Narita Bryan. Like outside, like I think you can high roll higher than this even. And she gets so much SP because she does G1s. She has a hard mode, which gives you 200 more SP. Like Bryan, I think, is going to be really strong here. I think her potentials suck though. I don't think I'm ever buying her potentials. I think she's going to be really strong. You get 1200s on all three with our hard mode. Yeah, I guess I haven't done an ace attempt on a long track. Like, this is, like, generally what I'm aiming for, but you can probably hit way higher. I also don't know if my deck is good enough for this. Especially since I have to slot in either Special Week or Daiwa Scarlet. I got to slot in the... I have to slot in, like, the, what I'm trying to say. The welfare cards for the second recovery. But I guess if you have 1200, you could just bank on swinging Maestro. But yeah, it's either Gourmand or Race Planner. Because I don't think you should be going for cooldown, which, you know, takes down on the Rice Shower power cards. Because No Stopping Me is always really good on mediums and long tracks. I don't know if you guys, like, have been doing many CM room matches, but when all the Umas get flung out at the final corner, it is really hard to trigger No Stopping Me consistently. But before the final corner, which is here is the 2,350 meter mark, before this final corner, we are still in that conga line, right? And when you're in that conga line and you proc a mid-race skill and you go to the lane next to somebody, that is the most, like, that is when you can proc No Stopping Me, is when you're trying to overtake somebody. Because it looks at a cone in front of you, so look at right in front of you, and then the lane to your left and the lane to your right, which makes it pretty consistent. In like mediums and long tracks, which makes it really hard to pick up cooldown because there's no other access to No Stopping Me besides running like Bijin Wit. So I think like for CM6, you should really consider trying to slot in No Stopping Me, especially if you don't have a consistent excel like Encroaching Shadow. So like end closers, obviously, maybe you don't want to grab it. This hill though, this hill is so long that I can't imagine not grabbing it still. Like I think it's still on it, just because of how long it takes to get up this hill here. So you might still want No Stopping Me. Wait, hold up, I forgot to swinging Maestro Race Planner. I need to give them recovery skills or else they won't actually run this course. Like, this hill is just Oh, really? Is that not enough for the simulator? Like, this hill is just so long that you need as much Excel as you can to get up there. Which I think end closers obviously with straightaway spurt's gonna be really good. Both angling and scheming and let's pump some iron, they trigger 100 meters after the late race starts, which obviously is still good, right? Because you're going up a hill, like you're not even halfway to accelerating to your top speed yet, so you should still grab let's pump some iron, or I guess angling and scheming if you're trying to bring a front runner. But the best timing for the ultimate is encroaching shadow or straightaway spurt. I had to take wit variance, so that makes sense. It's fine. I think I'm just trying to use this to show concepts, not like actually use it for a build. So yeah, I think I'll gold. Also, I think it's really important to get Uma stand in longer tracks. Like, this is where I'll start saying if you don't have Uma stand, you're kind of glue. Because for the amount of SP that Uma stand is, like, it's 120, right? 120 SP, or is it 140? But it gives you so much length lead because of the pace down mechanic in the first like 7 seconds or 8 seconds, I think. Because of the pace down mechanic here, like, you skip so much with Uma stand. It might not have as big of an effect because we don't have that many front runners. Well, I don't know how many front runners are going to come to the CM6, but it will, for the amount of SP that it takes and for how much you have to invest in recovery skills, Uma stand is a really good SP to like effect ratio. Is digital the only source of the gold one? Yes, right now. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of, like, the thing is, like, there's no, outside of straightaway spurt, there is no consistent acceleration that starts right at the final leg. Which is why, on my Narita Brian, I'm gonna try to cram as much power as I can into her. Have I checked the difficulty spike in doing fan runs of the year? I lose to Taiki a lot in Miles. I think on average now I get like 980,000. I lose like 3 races on average. But yeah, Uma stand is like going to be very valuable here. So I hope that you're able to get into your legacies, is what I'm trying to say. But I think that's everything, right? Like, I mean, you're not going to hear that much. I have no idea how you're going to build a front for this. So I am not the person to look for advice for front runners on CM6. I have no idea how you're going to get enough mid-race plus stam plus recovery skills to run a 3,000 meter outside of having an extremely strong deck. Because I think you're just going to get overtaken in the mid-race. Is a front Haru debuffer going to be good? I mean, if nobody brings front runners, I think enough people, like, I see enough Summer Marzenskis out there that I think people are going to bring front runners. It's not like everyone who plays the CM watches content creation or cares about the quote-unquote meta. Isn't the pace down mode now gone because of the first Annie patch? What do you mean? Pace down mode always exists. The first Annie patch is when Uma Stan became good because it lets you skip the pace down mechanic. But also, oh, are you talking about how it chooses the... I don't think that changed yet. How it chooses who the pacemaker is? Was it in... Because it was at the 1.5 anniversary when they changed how the pacemaker gets chosen. Like, this was at the 1.5 anniversary update. I haven't tested it. Is it fixed now? Because this wasn't in the first anti-balance patch, but I can see if they... I mean, I guess they could have included it earlier. I guess I can just test it right now. Alright. Let's test it. Let me see, let me see. I have something scheduled? Oh, is this just gonna be 6 Taikis? Oh, it is. Hold up. It's okay, it's 4 Taikis, not 6 Taikis. Alright, let me test it after skipping through this race. Hello? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess I should say what my third... I'm bringing Gold Ship as my third, my third Uma. I don't have any other enclosures, like I don't own Narita Taishin, and I really dislike Kishi Amazon's kit. Like, I think Kishi Amazon's kit is just too weak. I've lost to this Haru so many times. I think Kishi Amazon's kit is too weak for me to try to figure out a build for it. I'm not rolling for Cafe. No, I'm not rolling for Cafe. It's gonna be really sad when I lose the CM. When I lose the CM, and then it's just gonna be gold. Like, I'm just a gold ship. Okay. Alright, wrong race. Maybe I'm just a gold ship. Maybe all my advice is wrong, and I'm a fraud because I only win with gold ship. Where's the Kikua show? Alright, let's throw in a Haru front, and then batch select everything else. Okay, just as long as I don't include a front runner, I think it should be fine, right? Let me change you to pace. Okay. Hey, to be fair, Gold Ship did not win my last CM. My Aoharu Oguri did. Do I have a worse stat Haru? This should be good enough to get past. At least I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is low stat enough to get past. Right? She should get past here. I guess maybe I need a lower statted one. Are they gonna get paced down? It looks like they're still getting paced down. Alright, let's see. If my pasta gets pulled back... Yeah, it looks like it still works. Because otherwise pasta should have taken it, right? And not gotten paced down to 5th place. Maybe this isn't the best test because I don't have a paced down Haru. But it looks like Haru is still holding the... position maker. Nah, my Haru is actually really strong. Yeah, maybe this does... No, because like... Yeah. Because this wasn't fixed until the 1.5 anniversary. So I guess you should... Yeah. I mean, I think it's still... Does anyone have a 1-1-1? Does anyone have a pace down Haru that I can borrow? Does anyone still have a pace down Haru? Or should I speed run a pace down Haru right now? I don't want to make a pace down Haru. Yeah, if you could post the ID of it, if you have one, If not, I'll just make one right now. So we can actually test it. Yeah, just let me use it in the practice partner. If not, I'll kill the power of one of Haru's. Alright, you know what, we'll just make a face down Haru right now. I'm sorry. I can't have turf C. Do I have any parents that don't have turf in them? Oh wait, no, I don't want to borrow a guest. Hold up. I'm gonna reset the filters on this. Oh, shoot, that has long. Ah! Where are my... Okay, here's one. Alright, that should be good enough. Oh, okay, you have one? Okay. I don't have to punish my Haru. Thank you. Oh, that's my team trials. Wait, actually, what's the team trial retention rate right now? Oh, okay. I don't know what the team trial retention number is. Yeah, I wouldn't run a punished Haru, but sorry, not a punished Haru. I wouldn't run a pace down Haru just because like Summer Maru exists. It's 505k now. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, I think I'm safe. Like, I don't think there's ever any way it totally. I don't think there's any way it ever climbs above 530k, but it is crazy how fast it's climbing. It's fine. I think they all serve the same purpose. I don't think you need to like power scale a worst Haru. Pace, and pace. You should not be front. Okay, let's test it. They had bash mover practice partners, but not friends. Min-maxing a G-rated Haru is crazy. Oh wait, this just hit a long straight, so it exited pace down. That's funny. Okay. It looks like it's still in effect, because everyone who's exiting it is under a velocity skill. It's kind of hard because a lot of these people have velocity. The ones in front right now are the ones with velocity skills to exit pace down mode. But I don't know what my... I don't know if my Symboli's on late or pace. I don't remember what my... It looks like it's fixed, because it should be more condensed than this. Because I don't think the McQueen paced down after the long straights. So I think it is... I guess I need to put more end closers in, right? But this gap... This gap looks like a solo front rather than a... Okay, yeah, whatever. This gap looks like a solo front issue rather than a, What am I trying to say? It looks like a solo front issue rather than a Haru pace down issue. Does wit matter a lot for positioning at the start? Proccing a skill at the start, I think, is more important. Nah, my symbolic was pace. Yeah, that looked like it was like there being they're not being two front runners rather than. Holy, I'm glowing. Wait, let me turn on my light. Let me turn off my camera. Yes, I don't think you can do a pace down lobby with an encloser anymore. That's weird though. I don't know, I kind of ignore how the pacemaker works because I just assume there's going to be front runners now, but I guess for this track, it could come back. But always test stuff, right? Yeah, because the McQueen after the long straights, I don't think got paced down. She just got gapped by a professor of curvature, proc, on this corner here. Also, I think she was a parent run. Because I don't think I have a McQueen ace. Wait, I'm running two pace chasers? I think late surgers have, like, actually nothing. I'm trying to think, like, what late surger could you... I guess you could still run Ryan, right? Because if you hit Let's Pump Some Iron here, it's really good. But it's just 100 meters after the late race. Inheriting Let's Pump Some Iron is just going to be weaker than, you know, an end closer with straightaway spurt or... I guess it's only an end closer with straightaway spurt. That's like the only thing that triggers that early. No, I think, yeah, you still inherit Let's Pump Some Iron. Technically, On Your Left exists. Well, I mean, if you think about it, like, you have 200 meters of a 3,000 meter or a 1,000 meter end. It's like a 20% chance still, right? To activate it at least by here. It's 1,000 meters final straight. You probably want to activate it a little bit earlier than this. What, 150? It's like a 15% chance to activate it within the first 150 meters, which is when you want to activate it. I mean, everyone has access to No Stopping Me. If you win the No Stopping Me roulette, you can just win, no? Like, I think your best bet is to just grab No Stopping Me on a late surger and gamble on that. Can you even fit a Nice Nature Wit card in a long track? I guess if you had really good speed and stam/power cards, you might be able to fit in a Wit card. I don't know, because I don't know if you can hit a Wit card trying to hit these stat lines. Oh yeah, if lobbies are end heavy, it might be hard to be in 6th place, because... Well, no, because I think Gold Chip is just going to always overtake you. I think Gold Chip will always, well, more likely than not, blow past the 6th place marker. Going to bring Air Shakur. Yeah, no, okay. I think you said you were going to bring Air Shakur to guarantee spurt in ace runs. I was like, what? That's crazy. But yes, you should bring Air Shakur to get spurt on parents if you're running in closers. CM2 all over again. Yeah, I mean, it's just like when I was doing a lot of this, like, most of this theory crafting yesterday, by myself, and I was just like, I don't know how to beat a gold chip, so I might as well just bring her again. I was like, I think it's fun to run Rice Shower, it's fun to run Narrator Brian, I just don't know how to beat a gold chip. Or a Taishin, for that matter. I think Taishin, might be able to get enough mid-race to not encroaching shadow into the back of somebody. But I don't know. Maybe Taishin is still a fraud. Can you get enough mid-race to overtake the late surgers? Maybe. I guess most people get stats plus spread and Umastam you win. Yeah. Gold Chip's also just mad easy to build because she guarantees Umastan. She guarantees Uma stand. She has a mid-race skill. You just get straightaway spurt on her and the stats, which she has an insane stat growth for Rice Shower Power. Like, I'm pretty sure these stats are easier to hit on a gold ship than it is to hit on anyone else. And I'm pretty sure you can just stat stick everyone. Well, we don't fan out until the final corner. Which is why I'm saying, like, I think it's more so that we have more SP and hopefully more wit, or just more stats in general. We have more SP, you can hit our Haru hints for mid-race. I think the issue in CM2 was people only had recovery skill plus encroaching shadow. There was no mid-race, which is why Gold Ship was so much better. It's because her ultimate was a mid-race skill and not a or a late-race speed skill, because you didn't need to grab mid-race in terms of like actual skills. But we don't fan out until here. Like, she can still get blocked. Your best chance of not getting blocked is running mid-race skills, which with 200 extra SP, with hopefully better legacies, and with you know, the hints from the explosions, Taishin should be fine. I mean, I guess you're still like, you know, crammed with, or you still have problems with SP because you're trying to pick up Swinging Maestro and Encroaching Shadow. But you should be able to pick up some mid-race. But, like, do not expect to go into the 3000 meter with Taishin and just assume that she will not be blocked. You still, like, your mid-race is what determines whether or not she gets blocked, not the fan-out mechanic. If you had a run of front, is there a front that does better here than others? Probably Seiyun. I mean, I think Esmaru, you know, still has a chance. It's just really rough when her Restless just instantly procs, right? At the start here. Taishin's getting Breath of Fresh Air instead of Maestro. No, Haru to disable Taishin will still work. It's just probably not the pace down. Like, the pace down thing doesn't seem to work anymore. But if there's a Haru, if there is a G-rated Haru, Sleeping Lion's just disabled. It's just like, maybe less people will bring it. Bourbon has, yeah, no, the problem is the heals. The heals are always the problem. Cooldown has a 50% chance to proc correctly, right? You can proc it on this straight or this straight. It's too early here, and it's too late here. So, like, if you get cooldown or Breath of Fresh Air for that matter, it's like a 50% chance for it to activate at the correct time. Imagine trying to sabotage the fraud. Now, Taishin's good. I think I've been seeing a lot of really good Taishin builds for CM5. Isn't too late fine now with the stam check? Well, the thing is that for until 2,600 meter marks, for these 600 meters, your Uma still assumes she doesn't have enough stamina. Like, it's okay. It doesn't matter that it works late race. You're still going to run at what your current HP is. They'll just recalculate it here. If you don't have enough HP, then for 600 meters, she's going to run at a lower top speed until she hits cooldown on the final straight. Like, sure, you know, the stam change stuff, but not when the final straight is this far away. Because if you're not accelerating to your top speed for 600 meters, there's no way, even if you got a full restore at this straightaway, that you will be able to go back up to your max your max speed and still win. Like, this is 60% of the race you are running at. If you're relying on cooldown to restore back to full health, like back to above the dying angle, like, that's 600 meters that you're just, or 60% of the late race that you're running at a lower capacity. Maybe, you know, if you proc Swinging Maestro here and you had 1200 stam and you only needed cooldown for the last 400, sure, you can say that cooldown can work. That's only if you overstammed, right? That's only if you could run 60% of the late race. Actually, no, because they'll still calculate that you can't run the full last spurt until you proc cooldown. So it's hard to say that. it's not that much more copable. It's just like if you proc it here, maybe, you know, it actually does something. If you proc it in this 100 meters, then it's less of an effect of getting cooked. But if you proc on this last straight, I think you already lost. Because your Uma will never run and then die. Like, they'll never try to do that. They'll never, like, look into the future and being like, oh, I have a chance of proccing cooldown here in the final straight, so I will run at my max capacity until cooldown triggers. Where does Adrenaline Rush proc? Adrenaline Rush is whenever you're at 30%. So it just depends on how much HP you have. I don't know the exact numbers for when you want to proc it at the exact time you want it, but Adrenaline Rush will always proc whenever you drop below 30%. But this is also only on the Right Shower stamp card, which, I mean, I guess is a copable way of getting a recovery. Grass Wonder and Super Creeks and Hair got buffed. Yeah, they are 3.5%. So if you have max stam, like, maybe you can just inherit Pure Heart. Is it not Pure Heart? Right. Maybe like 8% is enough for you. Is this 8%? Sorry, 9%. Like, this could be enough HP. It doesn't look like it's enough. I think it depends on a lot of other stuff, but it is a 3.5%. You are losing 2%. What does the simulator say about it? No, yeah. I mean, it depends on how much stam you have, I think. How low can we go until we get a 96% spurt rate? Not 1,000. Wait, no, wit variance is turned off. At 3.5. Maybe if you had, well, actually, you'd have way more guts, right? You'd have like 500 guts. Maybe you could drop like 100 stam and run Pure Heart over it. Okay, apparently it won't survive on 1,000. I think you have to play around with the numbers. Looks like 1050, 500 guts, and these two both proccing gets it to survive. But I don't know how reliable the Uma simulator on HP is, because I don't really use it. Super Creek and Grass Wonder are both 3.5% recoveries, so you can use either of them. I think Super Creek is a lot better because... Actually, I guess this is 4th to 2nd. What is Fantasies called? I should know this. Superior Heal. Wait. Superior Heal is 4th or lower, and you got passed in the mid-race. Pure Heart is 4th to 2nd. Yeah, I think I'd rather just run a card like for Race Planner or Gormand. Actually, I'll probably run the special week card. That sounds miserable. Am I really gonna try to get Gormand? That sounds miserable. Will Dober come out? Before CM6? No. Dober's gonna come out for CM7, the 2,000 meter. But CM6 should come out. Is actually coming out pretty soon. It should be like at the start of the next month. Where are we? Right? This is why I'm talking about it right now. It's like 3 weeks away. In 3 weeks, we will have Digital, Rice Shower and Super Creek, Halloween, and maybe Princess. Like, these 3 banners will... be out by then. Better stam if you go end. Oh yeah, I was just showing it on pace because they're the most stam hungry. Obviously, you could go lower than 1050, 500 on Swinging Maestro, Pure Heart, or any of the 3.5%. You can go a little bit lower. This is like the bare minimum for a pace chaser. Oh, off of my like very quick checking. When is the Arima Keenan? The Arima Keenan is not the Pisces Cup, it's the Sagittarius Cup. Like mid-January. I'm excited to run Christmas Ogre on the Arima Keenan. I have a lot of fun building Christmas Ogre. Now this is the CM8. Yeah, I think inherits are kind of just. Hopefully, you guys all know like now what is somewhat good. Just like in terms of acceleration inherits, though, there's not really much. Like there's angling that procs here. Let's pump some iron that procs here. Nothing else is really that reliable. I mean, obviously, end of race top speed is always good. Like Triumph Impulse, things like that. But it's most of the distances are pretty similar. We are in a somewhat different meta though, just because of the balance changes. To run 3 enclosures. I mean, it's up to you. 2 enclosures and a cope debuffer. I just think, you know, enclosures... Long tracks, like, enclosures are always really strong. Actually, unless you have... Actually, full armor Fuku would probably be good here. If you could somehow get recovery skills on her. Right? Because full armor... Or Lucky Tidings Fuku has the... also has a mid-race skill. That procs, like, pretty close to the end of the final leg. Which allows her to use it to overtake somebody into no stopping me. Ignite Power. Once again, Ignite Power has a 20% chance to activate at a good timing. Like, that is so... I think grabbing on your... Like, things that are, like, on your left on a long track is just so much gambling. Because, like, it is such a small window. But yeah, if you own Fuku, she's interesting. I don't know how you would get enough, because she doesn't have any recovery skills. I don't know how you would build her with or what deck. What's the point of Umastand if the characters just get paced down once it ends? Well, theoretically, Umastand lasts 3 seconds, right? A base duration of 3 seconds. After 10 seconds, if the front runners or the pacemaker is not a jobber, they should have generated enough of a lead where you don't get paced down. The only thing about Umastand is if the pacemaker absolutely sucks, then it doesn't have any effect. You can kind of like see it in even this CM right now. Because Miles, it's a lot harder for the front runners to generate a big enough lead to actually effectively use Umastand. But if you practice with a runaway Suzuka with like groundworks and early lead and stuff, you can see the full effect of Umastand. So like you're getting paced down because the pacemakers are just too jobber. But in mediums and longs, like unless there's no front runner or like the front runner has no groundworks or something, then yes, like you can ignore Umastand if you believe that Global will never build frontrunners, right? Like if you don't think that they're gonna... The thing is, like, my argument for Umastand is that at its worst, it does nothing for you. Like, it's not detrimental to you. I mean, yes, you lose 120 SP that you spent on the skill, like over, I don't know, a like a style corner skill. But at its best, it's like a one length white SP card, or a one length white skill that also puts you in front of everyone in your position. Like, I think just the potential of the skill is worth using 100 SP on it. Because otherwise, there's just no way you can, like, catch up to other people. Like, it's not like it's a gold skill. Like, you're not investing 300 SP for a useless skill. Like, the potential of Umastan for 100 SP over, like, double circling a position corners or something, I think is just always worth the value. If it hits, it hits. Do I find myself needing to build specific parents, or do I generally have enough good random parents and sparks to make aces for any CM? No, I mean, I always grind parents. I think especially now with the new skills, like... I definitely think... I mean, you can always cope on parents, right? But I always put in the effort to make new parents, right? This is... Obviously, this isn't good, but, like, I have Uma stands here to try to pass on, you know, with some other stuff, like playtime's over and stuff. So I constantly churn parent runs. Like, well, I mean, my club also demands fan count from me, right? And I get 500k on a parent run, so I might as well just spend the time doing like 8 parent runs a day. But I have kind of stopped doing as many parent runs because Haru is taking a lot of time, which is why I've been starting to give up runs. It just takes too long to get to the end of Haru's career just for me to be disappointed. But I mean, you can always cope on parent runs. Like, obviously, it's not important to hit everything, right? I mean, I'm having the issue where I just don't have enough SP to buy everything, but having the good parents always gives me the option to... Like, I'd rather have the options to buy all the skills than praying that I hit one skill. Parent runs in URA? No, you should always be doing it in Haru. I don't know. I mean, if you're like stuck on time or you need a specific skill like in a hint, then sure, do it in URA. But yeah, no. If I don't have Turf B at the first inspiration, I quit out. But if I hit the first, like this one, I hit 1 inspiration at the first one, and then I hit 2 at year 3. This one I went to the end because I wanted to test out running a second Guts card, which it did not go well. I think if this was Pegasus, this deck would work. But this one I went to the end. But unless, like, I don't run a Turf C. I don't run a Turf C hard to the end at this point. It's just not enough time. The hint and supposed hint distributions. I mean, like these are my parent runs. Like, sure, I don't have, you know, tail held high. I don't have... I mean, I think Arahara punishes you if you don't already have parents set up. Like, if you can't hit some of the harder skills off of inspirations, I think it really punishes you. Like, if you don't have if you still need to run Muteki in your parent runs to try to get, you know, at least 2 of her skills, then yes, you should probably do URA. Like, if you're first starting off doing parent runs, you should do URA first. But, like, I'm able to hit, like, you know, I'm able to hit, like, half of the kit on parent runs. So I just do it in URA now. Run URA for parents because it's faster. It's, like, 3 minutes faster. I think RR is just, objectively, RR is just a better scenario. There's situations where, sure, you can run URA, but I think just objectively, RR is a better... Yeah, you know, if you're a new player, I think you should do parent runs in URA and borrow a Muteki. Like, you should be... Your first goal is to just get... everything off of Muteki. Ramp up. You want ramp up, tail held high. and playtime's over from her second career, you want these skills on at least some of your parents. Like, you want to generate those skills first, and then you can try to inherit them in Aoharu. But you get ramp up from like getting it on, like, I don't know. I just don't agree with saying that URA is better. I think there's situations where it's better, right? Like, if you are a completely new player, you should definitely, like, we're not completely new player, but if you don't have your own parents yet, you should definitely do URA first. Like, borrow somebody's really good parents. Like, for example, I borrowed this Symboli Rudolph. To put on my grandparents to try to snipe these 6 skills. So both of my legacies have these 6 skills in it for parent runs, and now when I do the parent runs, I can hit 6 I can use these to like try to pass on in inheritance, and at the final one where it goes up by 5. How much is it per parent or per legacy? Is it 5%? For every legacy you have, it's 5%, or is it 2%? I don't remember the exact number, but you want to cram these in your grandparents, so when you make your own parents with your 2 parents, you have a higher chance to pass everything on. Get ramp up. Okay, do not choose the Rico top option. You tell new players to borrow King Hela for Umastan because it's late and easier to build. Okay, it is 2.5%, or it's 32%. Yeah, I guess Umastan might be more important than the Muteki stuff. Yeah, maybe start with Umastan and then try to... No, because I think you can get Umastan in Aoharu. I think is why I'm recommending doing Muteki and URA first. Because you want to get Muteki's skill in your legacy and then go to Aoharu for Umastan. I think that's my thought process on parent making right now. Do fronts get anything other than angling at some point in terms of reliable excel? Yes. Well, the reason why I say like long tracks kind of suck is because front runners don't have Kitasen Black. Like, they don't have Kitasen Black or Seiyun Sky Ballroom. Those 2 are your long track excels. Both of these give you acceleration on long tracks. So this one, if you're in the front of the pack, which is 2nd or higher, your speed will increase at the 3rd corner, or if it's the 2nd half of the race, right? Like, it's Kitasen Black on some tracks, and then it's Seiyan Sky Ballroom, who gives acceleration if... Now, obviously, 0.07 kind of sucks, but when it's able to trigger at the very start of the late race, that's kind of fine to take a smaller acceleration increase. Like, obviously this isn't ideal, but not having the option to inherit both of these is better than only relying on angling and scheming for a long track. But these 2 are kind of what frontrunners use on longer tracks. Or, you know, you can just run Kitasen Black on the long track, or Seiyan Sky Ballroom on the long track. But fronts do get other options. They just don't have it right now. I mean, even Pace gets another option, right, with Nishino Flower. I'm trying to remember if they actually had a... I don't build fronts, so I just don't remember off the top of my head what other acceleration they get in the future in terms of skills. Let me see if I remember any of these. Conditions, runner. Oh, right, that's... I forgot Halloween has this one, where you get Encroaching Shadow on a front runner. Okay, I don't think is it Recombustion? No. This is Unrestrained. Yeah, I think it's just those 2 for long tracks. I mean, most people just run Kitasen Black New Year's on long tracks. Am I gonna do an ace run today? Probably not. I get like so disappointed in my Haru runs I don't know. I don't like streaming Haru runs because like it's just me gluing after the first inspiration. Like it's not. I don't think it's entertaining like at all. I literally just like brain off until the first inspo. If I don't see a red spark, I just glue the run. It's hype. I think it's like fun if I'm like training. Like if I was training Taiki or Pasa on stream, maybe I'd be better. But right now, like all I can do is Haru runs, and I I just don't think I have the mental capacity to like talk during Haru runs. Like chat predictions. I don't think YouTube has that. Hello, Ellenizer. You got free time today? When are you back? Next month, right? You got one more month left? I really hope somebody makes a good digital parent. I really want to pull on digital. But one more month? Yeah, YouTube does have polls. I use polls. Like, that's what I use for like some skill decisions. Man, I would really like digital. Making parents with digital is so good. Just pull. Yeah. Once again, I think the things I'm pulling is Ogre Cap Christmas, Haru New Year's, and Fukuki Taro. So I want 90,000 crystals by then, which is two months? Yeah, 2 months from now. I have 2 months to get another like 50,000 crystals. So I think it's cutting it close if I pull on anything else. Or actually, I guess it's not 50,000 because I have 100. I have 100 tickets. So it's 40,000 carats that I need to get in 2 months, which I think is possible, especially when... Oh, I guess also you get 50 pulls on, or an estimated 50 pulls right now on Fukuki Taro, which is another, 7.5 thousand, which drops it down to like 37,000 carats, I think. And New Year's gives about 5,000 carats. So it's like, in actuality, it's like 2 months to get 30,000, right? Which I don't think it's that bad. What kind of digital parent do I want? Umastan and all of Muteki's skills. Because her inherit is sometimes useful. Like, I think the only Arima Keen on her inherit's good. Nakayama, 2500. No, not the... Actually... There's one where the final corner almost starts immediately at the final leg. Which CM is that? That's one digital skill is really good. But I just want to like I just want to rely on a borrow for digital skill for... Which CM is it? Oh, it's the Tokyo 2400. Yeah, I think digital skill, like, in this scenario is really good. If you can hit acceleration early here and get to your top speed within, like, 3 seconds, and then you proc digital skill, you get so much more top speed. But I don't think she's good as a parent in any of these upcoming ones. Maybe the dirt one as well. Maybe. Actually, some miles she's good in. I think for the Aquarius Cup, she's also going to be a really good parent. Because you can use the mid-race earlier. Hold up, this is the Tokyo 1600? Right? Like, I think here, digital could also be used. Is the Fukuki Taro card important? I'm hesitant on... Well, originally, I was going to pull on it because Mant is the best parent scenario for 8 months after its release. Like, until Grand Live, like, it's really bad to make parents in there compared to Mant. But once Grandmasters come out, the 5th scenario, then like the best parents are from Grandmasters. Also, Grandmasters is when the affinity changes come out. But now I'm hesitant on pulling on Fukukitaro's speed because like that's where most of the value of Fukukitaro comes for me, is it's gonna help making parents for 8 months. Because I do sweat in this game still. But if the affinity changes come at the first anniversary, like, then there's like not really a point to doing Mant for parent runs for the race affinity. I'm kind of at a loss. Heard the rumor that they might move up the throne card to the start of Mant. I mean, that rumor has been there since the game has released. And that's literally just because in the reference doc, Urzi put that there, right? Where is it? Like, I think the rumor started here, right? This one line has done some crazy damage to to like predictions. Like, I'm pretty sure almost every rumor about the toilet card moving to the start of Mant comes from here. There's like no... It's literally just from this line. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously now... I mean, I also talked about it in the Discord that, like, there is a chance they move toilet to the start of Mant. But the recommendation is still the same. Like, I don't think you should ever pull for the card. Like, pulling for a card that needs to be max limit broken is just insane to me. Like, it's just... Your bar slot's just gonna get stuck to it. But, like, I don't think you can run... I don't think you can run Throne at a lower limit break. Right? Like, you kind of need this card at max limit break. And I think just, like... It's just so hard to... Because, like, you don't get the race bonus until... Like, I don't even know if you can cope with the limit break 5% race bonus. Like, this has to be max limit broken. Like, Rico, I'm fine saying you can pull on it, because most of the strength of Rico is at limit break 2. And, like, limit break run is perfectly serviceable. But this card, you have to have max limit broken just for Mant. Like, I just can't imagine... It's an extremely strong card, yes. Like, it's probably the best card for the third scenario. But it is absolutely useless outside of max limit break and absolutely useless outside of Mant. Is Narita Top Road comparable? Yeah, Narita Top Road is comparable. Which is why I'm saying that, like, I would like to pull on Fukukitaro, but I don't know if I can. Or I don't know if I will. Because I had Fukukitaro more valued than Narita Top Road because it's better in parent runs. Most of my thinking here is because I really want to pull on Pegasus. Out of those 4 cards, if Fukukitaro can't... If the affinity changes are at the first anniversary, I think I'd rather have Pegasus over the other 4. So I've been, like, very wishy-washy. I'm like, that I want to pull for a max limit break Pegasus right now. But I think I'm gonna hold. I might not. I think I'll go for Fukukitaro if we get... Because we should get free pulls on it. I think I'll pull for it if I get a copy in my first 50. Otherwise, I think I'd rather hedge my bets on Narita Top Road. And wait until... wait to see if they do any other balance changes at the third scenario. That's kind of far in the future, so I haven't been expecting it. When are we expecting Mant? Sometime in March. It's going to be 4 months between scenarios. How long will Pegasus be good for? From now until maybe the 4th scenario. If you're a pace chaser, you'd rather run Tachyon speed. If you're a front runner, you'd rather run Marzensky speed. If you're an end closer, or a late surger, you probably still run Pegasus. I think it's like these 4 speed cards fall off at this anniversary if you are playing pace chasers or front runners. If you're playing late surgers or end closers predominantly, you could still use one of the 4 other speed cards. Yeah, there'll be free pulls on both of them. There should be free pulls on both of them. I mean, this Fukukitaro is the New Year's card. Narita Top Road is the first anniversary card. But I think I'd... maybe I should stop. Maybe I should just recommend Narita Top Road. I'm just like, yeah, because I think it's just like... If balance changes come out sooner, I just think Fukukitaro is just a worse card than... Like, Fukukitaro only has the fact that it gives those initial stats at the start. Right? These initial stats... I don't know, like, how many of you people... Or how many of you guys, like, do the early races prior to the, like, Hopeless Stakes? But... Or not the early... Prior to the Hopeless Stakes, but, like, all the early miles after the Hopeless Stakes, like, having these initial stats up here is really good when you cannot train for Mant outside of junior year. Which is, like, where Fukukitaro has most of its value. Right? It's to get through those early races in the third scenario. Yeah, at max limit break, this is an additional 150 stats. So it just helps a little bit with the RNG of not losing those early miles. I guess there's like more nuance to this. Obviously, actually, I don't know. Because I feel like if your Uma can't run miles in Mant, I don't even think, like, they don't really have a chance. Mant is like... I don't really know how to build an Uma that can't run miles, mediums, and longs in Mant. I guess you just go for less races. Like, you go for 25 rather than, like, 30 plus. It might be a different deck. How much do people save up to go? You can just 200. Well, it depends if you want the Tachyon Speed card, right? Like, I think the Tachyon Speed card realistically only has longevity if you're playing Pace Chasers. Obviously, it's really good with a scenario link in the scenario. But outside of this scenario, I think she's only good for Pace Chasers. So you should have 400 for this if you are running Pace Chasers and you really want the Tachyon Speed card. Otherwise, you should just save up 15,000 to go to Pity. Isn't Gold City just amazing in Mant? She gets double stats at the tennis show for racing. I think that's at the second anniversary. I don't think that's in the game right now. I double checked this, but I'm pretty sure it's not in the game right now. How do I see updates again? Right? Like, you're talking about where is she? Right? You're talking about where after the tennis show spring, when she does non-target races after the tennis show spring, she gets the SP and the increased stats. Like, I don't think this will be out for Mant. This is at the second any. Actually, okay, wait, because they could also port this earlier. I guess, yeah, if they port this earlier for Mant, then yes, Gold City would be good. It is in the game? Really? I thought somebody checked for me, I think yesterday, and they said it wasn't in the game. No, there isn't a notification for it. It's just, like, randomly in the game. She gets 2 stats? Okay, yeah, if she gets 2 stats and a little bit more. Post in Discord? Okay. I literally asked somebody yesterday and they said that it wasn't in the game. Let me see. Would you post it in general? Yeah. Did she get fixed? New events added. No, I don't want to see gold ship. Really? the 2 stats up and 63. No, I guess it is in the game. Third-party information you heard until design your island with Tucker. You only need 1 copy for scenario cards. Yeah. I also say this, right? Like, friend cards aren't necessary until Grand Live, though Rico is really nice. I can't imagine doing a run without Rico right now. But I don't think she's mandatory. But I think everything after the 4th scenario, like, they're pretty much mandatory. And that's because the scenario, like, effect of it, like, for example, in Grand Live, you're like getting these performance tokens to make songs, and Light Hello gives you more tokens, right? Like, they all interact with the scenario mechanic. That just, like, pretty much makes them mandatory in decks because of that. And then any level that you get on top of that just, like, increases the effect of the friend card itself. So, like, they'll give you more stats, you know, they'll restore more energy and stuff. But, like, they'll just do what, like, Rico does right now, right? Where it's just stats plus the date event where you can get more recovery. But at the 4th scenario and afterwards, all the friend cards will also make the scenario mechanic not even easier. For me, personally, the friend cards make the scenario mechanic doable, right? Like, I feel like the scenario mechanics were designed in a way where you were meant to run the friend card to interact with it. Well, it's mandatory in all of them except one, which I think is Mecha the Mecha scenario. I think you didn't run the friend card. Not May. I think it was the... Yeah, I think it's the Mecha one because they didn't release a friend card. Right? Yeah. There's one scenario where the friend card isn't mandatory because they didn't release one. Rico's required for high roll now? Yeah. But I'm saying, like... I think it's just because, like, people haven't experienced what it's like to have a mandatory friend card. But, like, you cannot do, like, Design Your Island, Grand Live, Grandmasters. Okay, that was, like, where's Grandmasters? Grandmasters group card. You can't do Grandmasters or, like, any of the scenarios with a mandatory friend card without the friend card. Like, obviously, you know, having Rico is really good to make your deck building a lot easier. But every scenario after the 4th one, there's just a mandatory friend card that if you are not running, you cannot build an ace. Every 4 months, you have to pull for a new friend card. Yep. That's why I said, like, you can decide to skip the scenario tax here. Holy, I wrote a lot about Rico and Rice Shower. I said, like, there's a way you can skip, like, obviously you are weaker by skipping the tax here, but you can skip the tax for this scenario. And I was trying to skip the tax for this scenario. Well, I still am skipping the tax, so I only have a level 30 Rico. But every scenario afterwards, you have to pay the 15,000 carat tax, or borrow, or have a strong enough deck where you can just borrow the friend card. Yeah, like, you can just get a strong enough deck where you can just borrow the friend card rather than a specific card, but I don't think there's ever a scenario like that unless you're whaling. And you're able to pull, like, every single skill card that you need. Yeah, it's a pattern where they always give you those free pulls. Like, this one had 100 free pulls. Almost all of them had 100 free pulls. I haven't written it all here, but... Except Grandmasters, I don't think Grandmasters give you free pulls. They give you free pulls on Mijiro Ramona, like the really good wit card, but I don't think they gave it to the Grandmasters one, which was mandatory. But maybe this one maybe Global will also give free pulls here. Yeah, but usually it's a 15,000 carat tax. And then there's one card that I have always said I hated, which is Tucker. Tucker, you have to run a level 45 plus one, because the scenario mechanic is locked behind Limit Break 3. So that one you have to borrow the Tucker or pull for it. But that's so far in the future. You guys don't need to hear me rant about that right now. But design your island. That's the only mandatory friend card that is not usable at level 30. Can't you just pray you get limit break 0? I mean, I'm saying you should save 15,000 carats for the scenario tax. If you get it at limit break 0, obviously don't pay those 15,000 carats. But you should always have 15,000 carats, so you can go to pity. Usually, you can get almost enough from like the anniversary rewards, but it's like a little iffy. How is the Onsen scenario? The power creep from it is crazy. But I think a lot of people are having fun with it. No, you only need 1 copy. All the friend cards you need 1 copy, except Design Your Island where you need 3. Can I show the deck of the S rank Haru? Their deck is a little crazy. Oh, that's my team trials. Yeah, but I'm saying like for every scenario after at the 4th one and after, like you should always have enough to go to pity saved up. Like obviously you don't need to go to pity if you hit an early copy, but you should always be ready to hit that early copy or always ready to go to pity. What am I doing? Practice partners. Yeah. I also asked for the deck. This is not... Actually, I mean, all they have is a Bakshin over me. Like, I think I could do... If I just had a Pegasus instead of my Flash, like, I think my Haru could be so good. But I'm too poor to make her stronger. The Tokai Te. Yeah, it's actually not that crazy. Like, I don't think you need a level 40 grass here. Like, that's probably just like another 30, 40 guts. But you do need that second speed card. I don't think you can run this with a flash. I have this deck, but with a Aishin flash, like you need a second SSR speed. I've done I think 4 runs with flash instead of this and a level 30 grass wonder, and it's just not possible to hit the stats or the stat line here. Like a second SSR speed is so important. Apparently, Design Your Island stays relevant for making the amount of the Onsen release. Yeah, that makes sense. I think also it might depend on because Design Your Island, or sorry, the Onsen scenario favors Umas that have more career goals. So there might be more uses to go back to Design Your Island for like certain CMs, but it's hard to tell. Like they haven't fully worked out the Onsen, or at least I haven't done enough research on the Onsen scenario to say that like it's so much more power creep than Design Your Island. But it definitely has like the Onsen scenario definitely prefers certain Uma like careers. What about Windy instead of this? Maybe. I don't own Windy. I mean, Kitasen and 2 other speed is always enough to cap out speed. It's just... this 1137 power is crazy. Yeah, this is a crazy Haru. I sometimes, like, my Taikis sometimes lose to this Haru. This Haru is so good. Fury speed on your left, iron, no stopping me. 3 mid-race. Like, if it hits one of these gambles, it just wins. I don't know when when that song gets added. You have a maximum break nature, so you can just borrow the Baiko Pegasus. You know, now that we actually hit banners that people can pull on, I feel like so many people have better decks than me. Maybe I'm just a fraud of a content creator. Like, I just see everyone with, like, crazy SSRs, and, like, I'm just refusing to pull on stuff. I don't wanna... I don't wanna be beckoned to pull. Swipe my card. I think I'll always do daily pulls though. Like I will swipe again for this like probably whenever it runs out for daily pulls, I'll buy another $70 bundle. But yeah, the gap between like people who swipe and people who don't is a lot wider. I am not free to play. Like I've already spent what, like $200 on this. Yeah, the banner does. The banner is staring at me. I want Pegasus so bad. But I think I'm at the hold. Like because I've done I think maybe 700 runs now with Pegasus in my deck. And every time Pegasus isn't in my deck, it just feels terrible. Like every time I have to borrow like Nice Nature or Wit or something, like I feel like my deck is just actually terrible. Right? Like I'm running these 3 speed cards on my Pasa, and I'm just thinking to myself, if one of these SRs was Pegasus, or if one of these speed cards was Pegasus, I could bring a second Wit card. Like all you have is Kitasen. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna pull though. Like I'm not struggling, right? Like I can hit the stats I want. Like I think this positive stat line is fine. Like sure, I'm minus 200 wit, but it's whatever. 2 speed, 2 wit, 1 guts, Rico. Yeah, I think so. If my second speed card was a Pegasus, I think this pasta deck would run 2 speed, 2 wit. Haru, Rico. I'm only running guts, or I'm only running Haru on pasta because she has a guts modifier, right? Like that's the only reason why I'm running that. I think if you don't have the guts modifier, it's kind of pointless. Like I wouldn't run it on Taiki Shuttle, but I'm trying to use the stat bonus somehow. And I think I can hit 600 guts on average. Yeah, I only have 1. Why did I borrow Nice Nature and not Fine Motion? Because I'm for on your left. But there's no other way to get this skill if I don't borrow Nice Nature. I mean, if I was running Pace, sure. Maybe, you know, if I was running Pace, Speed Star would be better. But I mean, like, I always have to borrow I also have to borrow Nice Nature here because I need on your left. Yeah, it's Fantasy Pasta. Okay. Yeah, Fantasy Pasta should be ran as a late surger because she has Furious Feet. I mean, I guess you could run it as a Pace Chaser and try to hit Condor's Fury in the final corner, but I find that this always procs way too early. So I'd rather just go on your left, Furious Feet. Have I considered running 2 PAL cards? I don't think you can do it with the level 30 Rico. Well, I mean, it still works. Like, I can probably hit, like, 1200, 900, 1000, but, like, a level 30 Rico and the level 40 Toss, the level 35 Tossina, I don't think is strong enough. I sometimes do it for my, like, mediums and long team trials, right? Because Rushing Gale and Concentration are good. Rushing Gale and Concentration are good team trial skills, but I don't think it's better for... especially for a mile CM, I don't think it's better. But I do think 2 PAL cards could work for like the long track, for example. Because you can just take... Because you're probably not bringing a Wit card anyways. Unless you have like a max limit break Fine Motion or something. But I think the 2 PAL cards will be very good for CM6. I think for a mile, it's just awkward. Because, this is like, you don't really want to train on Stam or Guts. And training on Wit with a friend card feels like a waste. Yeah. I think, like... I think it's more likely that I hit Furious Feet and On Your Left than I actually hit a good Condor's Fury. Because there's just so many Taikis out there. But I don't know how much... I mean... It's even CM3. I got well, I guess nobody had Esmaro for CM3. But I ran into a front runnerless lobby in my mile. In my CM3 finals. But I definitely think I'm doing the two late surgers and my Taiki is a good comp. Outside of doing a Chariot Taiki. Got a mindset Pegasus. I feel like this Pegasus banner is calling to me like the Green Goblin mask. I could go to Pity. I could go to Pity and I have a crystal. Oh, and I still have my selector ticket. It is tempting, right? So I have the ticket still. I have the crystal. I basically have limit break too, right? I just need to hit one Baiko and 200 pulls. I hit one Pegasus. I'm gonna dump everything to max limit break it. No, I'm not gonna do it. 1 in 200 pulls. Actually sounds pretty good. Odds. She's calling to me. No. I won't. I think I've said that what my plans were for pulling. The only thing that will change is maybe instead of Fuku, I go for Narita Top Road, depending on how unlucky or lucky I get on it. But because I decided to not pull for Rico, I think I'm already pretty weak in this. Actually, I'm not that weak anymore because I have a level 31. But I think I'm gonna chill out in this scenario like I originally planned to. Like, I'm still gonna sweat, like I'm still doing parents and stuff, but I'm just debating if I want to use my ticket on Super Creek now. I think I still use my ticket on Super Creek. Yeah, I mean, it's just like if you guys are looking for whale builds from me, like this is not gonna be possible. The only thing I have is Kitasen Black, and then I mean, I guess for this long track, I'm gonna use Super Creek for Rice Shower. Fine Motion, yeah, Fine Motion is really nice. It's exciting. I only rerolled for a level 31, so this is just like eating away at my count. Next scenario, more RNG or not? It depends on how high rolly you want to go. Like, if you were aiming for like 1200s across the board, or 1200s in 3 stats and like high 600s in the other 2, like it's pretty RNG, right? But like to make an ace, actually, yeah, it's a lot of RNG still, I'd say. The issue, I think, the bigger issue in Mant is not even really the RNG. It's the fact that it takes so long, and the RNG is at year 3 summer camp. Right? You spend 25 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes getting to year 3 summer, and those 4 turns kind of make or break your run. Yeah, it's because you have to fight against the UI. Like, when you do a race, there's 3 screens. Like, there's a screen where it gives you an item. There's a screen where it gives you a skill. When you buy an item, you buy an item one at a time. Your chibi does this weird arm pump thing. Whenever you use an item, the chibi goes, yay, yay! Like, there's just so many cutscenes in Mant that half of the game isn't even, like, clicking stuff. It's watching your Uma's chibi, like, dance around doing items and stuff. Which is like super annoying because you have to go through all of that just to get to year 3 summer, and then those 4 turns like make or break your run. Yeah, I mean there's super skip, right, which could shorten the time to like 30 minutes. But I don't know if they're like, we just have to be hopeful that they introduce like the quick, like, because right now we have the skip mode, right? But there's a faster skip mode that gets released. So hopefully they're working on that in the next 4 months and can get that out for Mant, because then it's a lot easier to stomach. It cuts down like the 45 to 50 minutes it takes to get through Mant to probably to like 30 minutes. Like, I think if we can get super skip in Mant, you can probably get a 30-minute run in, just because the animations are that much faster. Yeah, like the quick skip. Oh, actually, I don't know what it's called. Is it called quick skip? It was added in the 4th scenario, right? It was added in the 4th scenario, so there's a really high chance that they can get it faster, considering we got so many quality of lives that were past that earlier. We can get, if we get quick skip 1 scenario faster, Mant is no longer the the terrible scenario. Because like I think the careers get like it cuts like a third of the time off. Maybe like 20% of the time off in other scenarios, but it cuts so much time off in Man. So like that's the goal. And that was literally released 1 scenario after. Surely that's the quality of life we get faster, right? I hope we also get bingo skips from in the Halloween event. That's another thing I'm praying on right now. I do not want to do another stream where I go through 4,000 tokens. Clicking that button 400 times is crazy. What else is there? Bingo skips might be here. I'm praying. I'm so sad that we didn't get the missions for the legend races for the crystals. I was really hoping that the legend races would give the fragments. So, but it looks like the first time we're gonna get fragments is at the Halloween event. Surely the bingo skips are here. Yeah. I believe. I have so much faith in side games now with the updates. Yeah, you can't even like automate it, or you can automate it, but like you can't spam click 1 button. You have to click off the bingo pop up. We get borrow updates, surely. The borrows were upped at the New Year's event. I mean, obviously every time I say when something comes out, just keep in mind now that there's always going to be a chance that it comes out earlier. But the latest we'll get it. Actually, I should just start saying that. The latest we'll get it is the New Year's event. I just minimized my OBS. We got another full crystal in the Halloween event. There's no way they're gonna do that. Considering we got 150 pulls for a 8-hour maintenance, I don't really believe in... Well, I don't believe in side games for compensation. I believe them in quality of life now. Oh yeah, should. Yeah, I should just say should. The Japanese servers received the same thing. They received it at the digital. So we just got it like a couple days earlier. We got it... I mean, we just got it like a week earlier. I don't think... Right? Like, it was just a week earlier. I think that's more so just because they introduced the feature at the half anniversary rather than a little bit after. Oh yeah, I got a single toughness yesterday for the 4 Brian runs that I had to quit out of. I'm so ungrateful. I lost 120 TP to Brian runs because I had kept checking to see if I could do a parent run or not, and then it kept dying at the debut race. And I got 1 whole TP potion back. Yeah, this was given when digital released on the Japanese server. Everybody got the 1 toughness. This is what it said in the thing. I didn't get compensated for the item changes. I think it was only if you ran the rare Rico or the Smart Falcon card, right? Because I ran the King Halo card. And I never got Uma Stan. And they didn't give me the toughness 30 for it. Like, I didn't get the toughness 30 for running the Uma Stanless King Halo. I guess it was only... You did runs with Rico and got nothing? You got 1 for Rico? You got it from Sleep Tosho? So I put in a support ticket. I ran a King Halo and I never got Uma Stan. You got one but never ran any of the cards? Man. I did a pair run and I was like, where's my Uma Stan? When is the event? It's the 16th, right? Or when does the event end? I'm always scared to pull up Twitter without like on display. Like I have the filter on, but some things get through and it's scary. Actually, I don't need to go to Twitter. What am I doing? I have it in this. My god. Okay, so it ends the 26th. The 19th. Does the CM start the 19th? Is it the 19th or the 20th? That's the 20th? Round 1 starts on the 20th, right? So we have 6 days until round 1? 1, 2, 3, 4. Matchmaking. Is it the 20th or the 21st? Wait, I'm confused now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Matchmaking. Finals. It's the 21st? Right? Because the event lasts 5 days? No, the event lasts 6 days. So it's the 20th. Okay, never mind. I guess it's time zone difference, right? We've had 2 random events without it. You might have to make a run as Nero because you have not been able to make anything useful in the Union Cup. Do I have any advice? I think like the main like workflow of it is like imagine the Unity training is like a friendship training, right? So if you see 2 friendship and then like 1 friendship, 2 Unity. Actually no. It's hard to like make a flowchart of the Unity training. I would say just like be mindful of the Unity training, especially if it's on your supporter card. Like you want to be able to explode, you know, your 5, if you're running Rico, you want to explode your 5 supporter cards because they're the most likely to show up. And then earlier on, you want to try to focus the NPCs because you have less of the NPCs. Like the Unity training is just very important. And I think you have to use the wit training a lot because you want to manage your energy. I think it's just something you have to like get used to. There's not really like a flowchart for it. Fuku should release sometime late January, early February, and then Narita Top Road should release sometime early March. And early March is when the 3rd scenario... Narita Top Road is the 3rd scenario banner. So whenever Narita Top Road is, that's when Man starts. Okay, this song is kind of making me go crazy. Why did this turn back on? Listen to Blaze. What Uma am I pulling for? I'm pulling for Christmas Ogre and Haru's New Year's, and I also would like Opera. I think Opera's a really good parent, and also just a good ace. So I'd like to run Opera as well. But I'd like both the Umas from this banner and then just Ogre. I don't really want Biwa. What's the plan for when Mant drops before CM final registration? You will see another marathon stream to me from me. As I cram through that scenario. Because there is a chance, right? Or actually, wait. It's a dirt mile, right? Maybe not. Maybe I will. I don't know, because Actually, no, I will. Because I need to use Mant to make Haru stronger. Yeah, you guys will probably see a Haru Sweatfest if Mant releases during this scenario. Is my paid time over? Restart on the New Year's for that. I mean, this is in March, yeah. Like I'll be able to take it off. Do my thoughts or notes for the future banner changes with the new Annie stuff? Some of them, okay, yeah, some of them don't consider evolutions. Like Summer Marzensky, or not, sorry, not Summer Marzensky. Summer Special Week, I said was good at Evos. I definitely think I need to re-pass through them and talk about the evolution skills, because there's a chance those come out earlier. But most of them, like, are still pretty similar. Like, maybe some, like, the low-tier stuff gets bumped up a little bit. Actually, okay, the Halloween stuff, they still suck. Super Creek's Sprint Parent, Princess still sucks. Cafe might be a little bit higher now. These two both still kind of suck. No, it doesn't really change. Actually, Tosin Jordan, I think, gets buffed if with the skill evolutions. But I think like the first anime balance patches doesn't really change my ratings on anything. In terms of those stuff, because I mostly thought like of the post buff stuff. Like most of them will say will get buffed later. Like digital, you know, I said will get buffed later. You know, Cafe I considered when Restless would work. It's just like evolutions might put some rankings up a little bit. Because I think Tosin Jordan is stronger than B tier with evolutions. I mean, she always has no stopping me, right? Like, she already has no stopping me. You don't really care about the evolution here. It just makes it a little bit stronger. Like, the reason why I have Princess rated so low is because Top Gun just does everything she does, but better. Like, that's like the main reason why I have Princess rated so low. Is because it's just like, Top Gun is just a better version of her. They both, I mean, I guess technically this could be slightly better, but like Top Gun just does everything she does but better, which is like you don't really care that the evolution gives you 0.1 more acceleration. It's still no stopping me. Where is this go? It should be in the description of this stream. Finished with your CM5 aces? Yeah. I mean, I just need to do my Haru, and then I can move on to the parents. So sad about this Haru. If Nice Nature and Grass Wonder were just a little nicer than me, actually no, I would have made a better Haru. I don't like the power on my Haru. I want like 100 more power. I hope I can finish this. Is Teo's ult good for end closers? The McQueen one better. McQueen, they're both kind of inconsistent. I think of those two, McQueen's a little bit more consistent, but Teo gives you more top speed. So it's like, do you want consistency or the additional, was it half a meter? Is 876 as the minimum for great mood? Yeah. If you want the mood bonus, but I mean, power still gets you more acceleration. What ult would I recommend other than Narita Brian for gold chip? I mean, like Ogre's fine, Symbolic Rudolph is fine. I just think they're like too, like if you're able to get them, they're good, right? Narita Brian, Simbali Rudolph, Ogre, they can all do the like mild, mediums, and longs for affinity. They can, like, I think those three are just like a really good parent loop for late race velocity skills for an end closer. But you don't really have like an accelerator. I mean, you can grab Ryan for Let's Pump Some Iron, but even like in the medium track, my gold chip was struggling to stay in 6th place. So if you wanted to inherit, I would rather inherit top speed and try to use straightaway spurt and no stopping me or nimble navigator as your acceleration. It likes 1000 speed, 1100 power more than 1100, 1000. Well, yeah, it's because, but like power is worth less if you hit an acceleration skill. Like 1100 power would be stronger if you never hit an acceleration skill. So like, I really hate using the simulator. I think it just like instills bad understanding of how the game works. Like obviously in a vacuum, if you never hit an acceleration skill, yes, accelerating to your top speed is more important than having a higher top speed. But that's like entirely dependent on you never hitting an acceleration skill. Yeah, it's because the last spurt, like the acceleration for your last spurt is so long that it's going to value power more, right? Because like mathematically, being able to accelerate to your top speed faster is more important than gaining like 0.202 more top speed. But like you're still going to need 1200 speed if you hit an acceleration skill. How strong is Suzu in Virgo Cup? Is it bad to make 1 runaway 2 fronts as an ace? As long as if you're doing runaway 2 fronts, your runaway cannot try to win. Because if your runaway takes angling and scheming and procs angling and scheming and then dies, or not dies, but like doesn't finish in first, it literally just blocks your 2 front runners. But having a runaway that dies before the late race, like it goes behind your 2 front runners, is fine because it chariots your 2 front runners. But I don't think you should try to build Suzuka to win if you're making her a runaway with 2 other fronts. I think if you were doing like Suzuka Taiki, then you should try to build Suzuka to win so you can block other front runners. You know, she can try to win, but it also chariots your Taiki. But I do think if you're doing runaway 2 fronts, you cannot build her to win. If you're doing runaway Taiki, build her to win. Yeah, no, runaway setting up Taiki or Daiwa is, you should build her to win. But if you're running like Summer Marzensky, Smart Falcon, Suzu, you shouldn't build her to win. You're doing that? No one can stop you. Well, I'm saying, okay. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I'm running Haru, like... From a meta's perspective, like, that's what you should do. Like, if you want to try to win, that's what you should do. Run away to set up Curran. I don't believe in Curran. I have yet to see a Curran build that works. Like, I think the dream of her like hitting look at Curran at the late race is cool and all, but I think the issue is that with Taiki existing, like the window that Curran can proc her unique to win is so much smaller, right? Because you have to fight against the Taiki on Curran. And like, I don't know, it's just like too unreliable. Would you run Daiwa as a front or a pace in that scenario? I think you have better chance running a front runner Daiwa and hoping that there's a I don't know. I don't like Daiwa in pace. I don't like anything in pace because you have to compete against the Taiki. I think is my issue. I think Taiki is just too consistent that anything in pace kind of just gets stiffed by it. What's my team? Yeah, 2 lates, 1 pace. I think the best team comp is running Chariot Taiki. Like, you build 2 front runners and you build Taiki Shuttle. You build 2 front runners to push your Taiki up. Alright. Actually, no. I think the best meta comp in my head right now is Runaway Suzu, Taiki Shuttle, and then Narita Taishin. I think those 3 cover like the most bases to win. Because I actually don't think Narita Taishin is a potential Uma anymore. I think she has enough support with this scenario to actually be built well. If you had the time. Yeah, if you had the time. Building 3 different positions is kind of rough. But yeah, I don't think Taishin's my potential. I think Kurun is my potential Uma for this scenario or the CM. I actually think Taishin's not that hard to build if you had the deck for it. Do Taiki and Taishin need Uma-san? You should have it if you have a Suzu. Show a good Suzu. I mean, if you want to build Suzu to win, you have to grab Unrestrained. I don't think you can win on Suzuka without Unrestrained. What if no Taiki? 3 lates and I mean, yeah. I don't think a pace is that strong. Like unless you have a crazy deck. Like if you're a whale, you probably don't need to listen to my advice. And you can make anyone work just by stat checking. I don't even know if I have a good Suzu. I think I've lost to this one once, and that's why I have it saved. But actually, no, I didn't lose this one. Yeah, I don't lose to this one because it doesn't have Unrestrained. I think it's the issue. But this is a decent build, Suzuka, that I use. Dang, I don't have an Unrestrained. I think I've only lost to Unrestrained Suzukas. I like never lose to this one. Groundworks is, I think, more necessary on a Suzuka than anything. Right? Because they have so much top speed, like, it takes forever to get to that top speed. I don't know why you wouldn't grab. If anything, Groundworks isn't enough on Suzuka. Like, you need taking the lead on Suzuka as well. Like, I think that's Suzuka's main issue right now, is that Groundworks just literally isn't enough to hit her top speed. Nah, shoot, I'm on the wrong, Hanshin. Like, I think the issue is that just Groundworks literally just isn't enough. Right? Because, like, taking 9 seconds to hit your tops... Oh, wait, she doesn't have Groundworks yet. Taking 7 seconds to hit your top speed is so slow. Like Suzuka, out of everyone, needs... Oh, I don't have Runaway. Runaway. Or actually, wait, it's already on Runaway. But like, she just takes way too long to hit their top speed with just Groundworks. Like, I think the issue is that you don't, like, these Suzukas don't have taking the lead. Which only cuts it to 6.5 seconds. Like, it just takes way too long to get her to top speed. Right here, let me compare this to a non-Groundworks. Right? Like, I don't want to do the calculus on this to find the amount of speed that's in between. But, like, I hope, like this is both Groundworks and taking the lead. I guess I should take off taking the lead since most of them won't have it. But, like, I think, like, this is why your Suzu that tries to win isn't getting enough lead, because she's just taking too long to accelerate. But yeah, I don't think I've ever lost to a Suzu that's trying to win without Unrestrained. Like, I only lose to a really good Unrestrained proc. Because I just don't think there's enough support for a Runaway to win right now. Yeah, you can use Runaway for Groundworks. I just forgot to include it here because Uma later lets you change the style to Runaway without having the Runaway skill. Yeah, I think there's just not enough support for a Runaway to win. But I mean, I've lost to one. I've lost to, like, a couple in room matches, and they all had Unrestrained. Is it worth buying those stopping me on every backline, or is it more worth the SP to spend on mid-race velocity? I don't really like no stopping me. I'm grabbing it on my Haru, but I'm not grabbing it on my... Actually, no, I'm also grabbing it on my Pasa. You just... It depends if you want consistency or like another gamble. Like, I think it's fine to grab if you understand that you are completely gambling on it triggering because every Uma gets flunged at the 800 meter mark, and you are just hoping that it triggered, like you pass somebody here. I think Taiki can get away without picking it up because you are trying to use her ultimate, her 1 second of the ultimate and like straight descent and head on instead. I think it depends if you have, like, if you're a Meiji Orion, you probably don't need no stopping me. I think if you have consistent Excel, which is literally only Meiji Orion now that I think about it, or Taishin, sorry. I think if you are Taishin or Meiji Orion, you don't need no stopping me. Otherwise, no stopping me is just another thing that you can gamble on. I think Taishin and Meiji Orion are the only two Umas that I can think of off the top of my head that can probably get away without grabbing no stopping me for not gambling on it. Nimble is probably enough. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can also just gamble on the 0.2 Excel. That's like saying that like you don't need Furious Feet and you can just grab up drafters, right? Like your goal is to proc one of the 0.4 Excels early. Yeah, I think the other issue is Runaway costs 200 SP, right? Like this thing is so expensive. But I think you just ignore. You just like accept that if you get rushed, you die, and you just ignore everything. You ignore the swinging maestro. You ignore like high stam, and you just pray that she lives. I think that's a better chance at winning than grabbing swinging maestro with 800 stam and 400 guts. If you're running Pace Current and Late Ogre, what should your last Uma be for a consistent result? I think if we're going Pace Current, a Suzu blocker might be good. A Suzu blocker might be good because you can push your... I don't know. Trying to build like for consistency with Curran just feels so bad because of the fact that it can only activate like for 15% of the race. You just have to like, you're praying that there is, you know, 2 people in front of you and you're passing the 3rd one. I guess you can't actually, if you're running Pace Current, I think you can't run a Suzu blocker because it pushes the front runners too far up. Oh wait, no, but then you can just have a lot of pace. Actually, I think you should just build another pace chaser for Curran if you want Curran to win. But if for consistency, maybe you build a second late. I don't know. I just don't believe in Curran. Like 15% of the race to try to pass somebody when you're 3rd or 2nd feels so hard to trigger. I think you just ignore your Curran and just build a second late. And you just hope your Curran can fend off for herself. I don't think you can build a support unit for Curran. Yeah, I think you're better off just building a second late. Yeah, Current is just a, like, copier version of Taiki. I don't think blockers are necessary. Like, their fronts are just so dead. Like, I mean, I sometimes lose to, like, a Whale Saiyans guy who passes all the other fronts. But I feel like all the other fronts are just too weak in comparison to like Casino Late and Taiki Shuttle and Narita Taishin. You haven't seen a whole front when Imagine Days. Yeah. I mean, yeah, front runner mains just got like absolutely gimped by all these changes. Yeah, I mean, Summer Marzinski and Smart Falcon are very strong. It's just they need so much support. Like you have to face an S rank version of them essentially in order for them to have a chance. Like I think I've literally realistically only lost to Insane Saiyan Skies that overtake the Esmarus and the Smart Falcons, or like the Blocker Suzus. I feel like the thing is like when the front runners duel each other, Taiki just pushes forward, right? Because she gets paced up. If anything, two fronts dueling just helps Taiki beats the late Concenas. Yeah, I've only seen like Saiyan Skies win when it's like Saiyan Sky and two really bad like Esmarus. Like it's a really good Saiyan Sky, two really bad Esmarus, then yes, my Taiki loses. Because my gamblers just aren't gambly enough. What ult does Ryan Ace want? I mean, outside of not really anything. Like Ryan just... I mean, you're just praying you're 6, right, with Ryan? Or you're below 6 and you push up to 6? I don't think there's really an ult that helps you with that game plan. Like late speed is always good. I mean, you could grab like Nemesis. You could grab Shadow Break. You can grab like corner Excel, or sorry, corner top speed. Yeah, I guess you could. Nah, I don't think you need Maru though. Like I think Meiji Orion's whole game plan is just proc Let's Pump Some Iron here, right? Probably you just want On Your Left and Furious Feet in case you go below 6th place, so you can proc and excel into Let's Pump Some Iron. But you don't really want to be above 6th place. Is Redshift worse than No Stopping Me for gambling skills? I would say yes, purely because tanking Affinity for No Stopping Me, or sorry, tanking Affinity for Redshift just seems like a waste. Like this whole, I feel like Miles as a whole, if you do not have mid race, you just lose. Like I think this whole mile right now is just like a mid race difference. I mean, sure, you like your late surger get pushed above 6th place and lose all you lose access to your excels, but if you don't have any mid race and you get stuck in like bottom 2, like you just are just way too far behind. Can I show my Taikis? Yeah. I have 2 right now. I don't know which one I'm running. I have this Taiki, which has no Mile S, but it has straight descent and head on. So like the skills are pretty good. I just don't have them, and the stats are really good. I just don't have Mile S. And then I have this Taiki, which has worse stats, has Mile S, doesn't have head on. I don't know which one I'm using. This is the deck for it. I would not recommend running Helios. I just didn't have the time to make the parents for Taiki. If your Uma goes to the outside, she just dies. That is true, yeah. Actually, no. I mean, if you hit Furious Feet or On Your Left in like 7th, and you get flung to the outside, you can still win. But definitely, if you're like Taiki and you get flung to the outside, you kind of just get screwed. Mile S feels like required. Yeah, I think like I did like 20 room matches and like this one won like 2 more times. But I'm losing a lot to head-on procs from my Taiki. So I just wish I had, like, I wouldn't even care about losing 300 wit if I just had head-on on this Taiki. It just feels really bad. Did I inherit power? Yeah, I mean, my power is still pretty low. My power is low because I'm running 2 speed cards. And I valued a lot more wit than getting a little bit more power. I think my cards just suck. How about head-on with no mile less? I mean, I think like they're almost equal, but I think I'm gonna take the mile less instead. I'm just gonna pray I don't face head-on Taikis in the actual CM. But I think I like the skill list on this one a little bit more. Besides the head-on missing. I don't know, it's hard to say. It's also 300 wit. That's like probably 1 skill difference, right? But not having mile less just feels so bad. It's like 1 length. It's like 0.7 to 1 length. I think it's like 2 meters. For not having mile less. I just don't know if... Not 2 meters. Yeah, no, it is 2 meters. Like, I don't know if head-on is worth 2 meters of, like, raw stats. Because I think I'm just gonna... Because I feel like I have a better chance of just stat sticking than hitting the head-on. Having under 1k power feels bad. Not that badly. After 900, it's not that big of a difference. I think I had another... Yeah, I had this Taiki as well, which just missed everything. I missed all power. Like, if I had 100 more power on this one, I would run this one. Always fun using the level 1, level 2. Yeah, I mean, it's like a 4% difference. It's not worth chasing the level 4. Rerun it. Yeah, I mean, this one's missing head-on and like 100 power. And I think I would have ran this one instead. But I don't really want to run Taiki anymore. I don't know. I think I've conceded this. I mean, I always concede mile CMs. I don't like sweating mile CMs. Yeah, but you get 25 skill points. 25 skill points if you fail the FanFest goal. Did you think about that? No. Mile CMs, yeah, I don't know. I think mediums, like, I definitely see. I think mediums and longs, I can see, like, my sweating, like, actually return on investment. Miles, it's even hard to, like, I hate testing miles because sometimes a late surger will win. I'll be like, oh, okay, they just hit the god roll, like, they just hit the casino and money poured from the ceiling. Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to test this? Miles CM, yeah, Miles CM, Sprint CMs too. It's just slots. Like, if you lose to a late surger, it's like, okay, they just made it big. Like, they won the lottery. What am I supposed to take away from here? 1000 speed faster than your head on straight descent. Why Helios? Because I don't have straight descent on my. This is a jobber card. Helios is my jobber card because I didn't have straight descent on my legacies. I'm not sweating the mile. I've done 10 Taiki runs, I think. Because I think these are all parent runs, right? Yeah. I think I've done 10 Taiki runs. And I've made these 3. Like, I'm not gonna sweat out a Taiki. I'm not gonna sweat out a Taiki just to lose to a no-stopping me gambler who has like 1,000 speed. Do I prefer mediums or longs? I think... I think right now I don't really like longs. Because longs I feel like I'm just stat sticking people. But mediums is also debuffer playground. I think I just hate... I joked about this in the Discord. I think I just hate CMs. Like, I always have something to nitpick about the competitive aspect of CMs. But I think out of the 4 distances, probably mediums. I don't know, we're all just throwing Umas in there and rolling the slots. The Arima Keen is a medium CM with no debuffs. Mediums would be perfect if it wasn't for the debuffers. Yeah, I think mediums would be really good if there just wasn't debuffers. I think it's annoying that we are essentially doing a 6-man race because, like, assuming everyone has enough stam for Nice Nature, or even then, like, if everyone brings a Nice Nature, then all it does is raise the stam that you need for the race, and if everyone brings a debuffer or a Dominator, then nothing happens outside of the 7% chance to fail Dominator. Like, I think the debuffer meta is really stupid, but I think outside of that, I think mediums are my favorite. Mediums is good because you're not a victim of exam, and mediums is great because you can run double dom. You ran 3 aces. Well, I think like I hate the competitive aspect of mediums. Like, you could not gonna lie, with how global is, like, you can kind of stat stick a lot of people in mediums and longs. But I just hate when, like, CM rooms turn into 2 Dominator, you know, versus 1 Dominator. And then everyone takes away, oh, double Dominator Ace is super OP. Let me run that in the actual CM, when that's just not how it's going to work, right? Like, I think my issue with medium tracks isn't with the game itself, it's with the competitive, like, aspect surrounding it. Like, the CM room matches is, I think, what my biggest issue of medium tracks is, because I think medium tracks, like, people generate their own meta that does not reflect the actual CM. Does debuffer meta ever go away? Unless they physically removed it, like they did in the Japanese servers a couple months ago. No, because Summer Gold Ship allows you to run 4 Dominator, or 4 Mystifying Murmurs, which makes medium matches even worse. So, like, until they physically remove debuff skills, it only gets worse. Because now, like, you're gonna have to redo all your debuffers with the Gold Ship unique. But maybe they remove it. Hopefully. I think mediums are a lot more fun when Dominator gets removed. Because I think mediums, everyone has a chance if Dominator didn't exist. I guess Dominator also allows everyone to have a chance, right? Because double Dom, solo Oshi Ace is very strong, right? That lets you beat out the stronger meta Umas. Yeah, quad Dominator Christmas Ogre meta. JP server doesn't. No, JP servers still have debuffers. They just selectively remove it from CM. I think, like, their sprint one they had, they removed debuffs, which made no sense because it's a sprint CM. But I don't even think they did not remove Dominator. No, they just banned debuffs in some CMs. I did not say they removed it. Sorry, I'm saying, like, unless they do something like they did for 1 CM in Japan, in the Japanese server, debuffers are here to stay. Okay, yeah, quad Dominator is a thing. You know, quad Mystifying Member is a thing. From one team. Maybe Big Stam will be back once Gold Ship Summer comes out. Who's my favorite? Haru New Year's. I love Haru New Year's. I love Haru New Year's because of how much I hate her original outfit. I hate her gym outfit so much. But I love her New Year's outfit. I hope she gets another alternate outfit. Actually, I hope they make her. I hope they make it better. I hate hard worker. Have I tested the roughness stopping me proc rate on mediums and long tracks? No, I haven't tested it yet. But I'll probably get to that like after this CM, or at least once I finish my the CM's aces. But I can't give you a proc percentage chance. Mainly because no one has built a medium front runner, or like actually yeah, it's mostly because people haven't built medium front runners. Or sorry, not long front runners. But I guess I don't know. I think I just need like 8 other people to build for the next CM. Like build an actual ace for the next CM rather than just like testing decks. And then I'll test out with those 8. I think we're just a little too far off. Am I doing any CM5 room matches? Maybe not. I did yap a lot. I'm kind of sick. I think I'm just getting sick of CMs. Like, I think it's just also because I spent so much time on my own. Because the main reason why I did so many room matches is because we didn't have the practice feature. But like now that I can do this on my own, I was just using you guys to create to form my opinion on the meta, right? But now like I can use the practice tool to do it on my own. But I think like miles are just weird to do practice rooms because of how gambling it is. Why aren't I doing career runs on stream anymore? I think I'll do it after the CM, but I think it's mainly because I'm not sweating the CM out, right? Like I don't have the legacies. I don't have like the deck for it even. Right. Like I don't really enjoy streaming I also don't really want to stream my hard runs because it's just me quitting out at the first inspiration. So I'm not gonna stream any more of them for this CM. I'm kind of just at a loss with what to do, just because like I don't know. I think Araharu is weird in the sense that there's so many glue points where like half of my career runs I just quit out, which I don't know. It's just not. I don't know, I personally just don't think it's entertaining to watch, and like it puts me in like a bad mood. I think also like it was from like the Ogre spam, right? Like I was just in a bad mood because half of the Ogre runs I did, I just quit out. So I don't know. I think it's also just weird because I didn't pull on the Rico banner. I haven't pulled on any of the banners outside of the free pulls and like the daily pulls. I just feel like I have a weaker deck that doesn't really show like how to effectively build for the CM. It's chill to do runs and watch a stream of someone doing runs and talking. Well, my issue is I can't, like, when I'm doing the runs, I feel like I can't talk, right? Because I'm in a bad mood. I don't think I would get burnt out, like, or at least I haven't felt that. I just think I would just be in too bad of a mood to stream the runs. What's my current Rico limit break? Level 30. I guess I didn't check my rare Rico. I think I have a level 20 rare Rico. Let me see. Yeah, I have a level 20 rare Rico, a level 30 SSR Rico. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not burnt out of the game. I just think that like my deck is so weak that it puts me in a bad mood. Like, this is the deck I'm using for Haru, right? And then, like, I borrow a Nice Nature. Like, the deck is so bad that I had to quit out so many runs. A weak deck? I have a level 30 Rico, a level 30 Grass Wonder, level 40 Sweep, and a Cutis in black, right? I'm talking about it pulling to on Pegasus right now. Yeah. No, I think it's fine. I think I'm better off in mediums and long tracks. I think the issue with the miles is that I need to use the stupid Grass Wonder card on. Yeah. Well, okay. The thing is, like, Taiki isn't bad to build, right? Like, Taiki, I can build. Like, this running 2 wit, 2 speed, and a flex card, like, this is easier to build. Like, Taiki, I had no issue building. It's building these late surgers with, like, having to borrow Nice Nature Wit, or just mainly having to borrow Nice Nature Wit feels extremely bad. Because, like, my deck just isn't strong enough to lose my borrow slot. But, like, Taiki is... Like, I hit these stats while running, like, basically a dead card, right? I never trained with Helios. It was literally there just for straight descent. And I think I can stream, like for CM6, like, I will stream my runs. I think just for a mile, when I have to borrow Nice Nature Wit, like, it is just not entertaining. Or I'm not in a good mood. Which I guess all goes back to, maybe I should just pull for Pegasus so I can run 2 speed cards. Why torture myself with Haru? Because one day I will win with it. But it might not be this day. Pegasus also works in Mant. Pegasus is usable at Limit Break 3. For the third scenario, you would need it at max Limit Break. But for this scenario, you can probably get away with a level 45 one. Yeah, one day, I mean, I will bring a Haru to every mile CM. Like, oh, and the sprint one. Like, no matter what. But I won't sweat, especially since I don't own Nice Nature Wit. Like, I won't sweat to try to make her win. But I definitely want to put her, like if she has, you know, No Stopping Me, Furious Feet, and On Your Left, like, I think she's competitive enough to actually win a room. I mean, how many wins did this Haru have? 4? 4 last CM? Or CM3? What? Yeah, I just need to finish the Haru, and then so I can move on to the CM6 parents. Better than 0 and 13. Weaken my other. Actually, yeah, she probably would have had more if I took out my Grass Wonder after qualifying. Here's my... Yeah, I posted my deck for CM6 parents. I think it's going to be this. Actually, I think this is a flex slot. I don't know what to put instead of Marvelous Sunday. So I think I'm running these four, for sure. I'm going to stand Straightaway Spirit, corner at depth, long straights. Or is it long corners? Corner at depth, long corners, corner recovery. And then obviously grab this to try to get corner recovery discount. I don't know what to do with my last slot for the CM6 parent. I could run a level 30 fine mill. Her. I guess it also gives you nimble nav, right? I don't know, going for hints feels terrible. I feel like it's better just to discount the main skill, right? Like discounting or having it the guaranteed event rather than going for hints in Araharu. Double key 9 debuffers. I could, right? I could drop everything and run the gold run the gold city for Kenai. Yeah, hints are terrible, which is why I don't even want to borrow Muteki. I feel like going for the guaranteed events. Oops, I do not want to put Insane Sky. I feel like going for the guarantee effects are better, right? Like guaranteed straightaway spurt, the guaranteed the guaranteed Umastan, you know, swinging Maestro, Professor of Curvature. I don't know what to put that in as last slot. I guess I could just bring in Rico to make it easier. What support card am I saving for next? Most likely Fuku Kitaro. But if I get unlucky in the I think I'll pull on Fuku if I get a copy in the free pulls. But I think otherwise it's Narita Top Road. Because I'm worried about pulling on Fuku Kitaro and then they change the affinity at the first anniversary. Because I mainly wanted Fuku Kitaro to do parent runs in Mant for like the plus 50 affinity, but I wouldn't need that much affinity if the affinity changes came out early. Like the only reason why I need all that affinity is to get double circles on Haru. Am I running Kitties on Black and Creek on parents discount on aces? Yeah, because if you buy the gold skills, you have a higher chance of getting the spark. I also think just chasing the hints in our heart is just so bad. Like you're better off just chasing the explosions at that point. Why does the affinity? I mean, it doesn't make Fuku worse. It's just I valued Fuku over Narita Top Road because it makes parent runs easier in Mant, but without it, like I'd rather just wait for Narita Top Road instead of all-inning on Fuku Kitaro. Like I think there's still the big four speed cards after Cutis and Black. I'm just saying that if I don't get a copy in the first 50, I might not pull. Because then it would require me to hit 2 copies in 150 pulls rather than just one more. Yeah, because in parent runs, like, they call Narita Top Road a fake card. Narita Top Road does kind of suck, because her unique is locked behind... Her unique is locked behind how many fans you have. Like, she's also worse after Mant. Narita Top Road, right? Her unique is locked behind getting 200k fans, and in Grand Live you are not racing. Like Narita Top Road only works if your Uma can race miles, mediums, and longs, and so I would rather still have Fuku. Like I personally value Fuku more. But I think Pegasus is on an equal level, especially since getting Pegasus now lets you run it in the second scenario. Do I think Bourbon stocks have crashed with the skill changes? A little bit, yeah. But, I mean, I think a lot of people didn't explain that frontrunners are just terrible, like, in general, after the second anniversary. Like, frontrunners are just not meta. After the second anniversary, like at all. And that's mainly because frontrunners are thrown into a separate PvP after like the second anniversary. but they're pretty dead in CMs. Like this is the PvP event for frontrunners, League of Heroes. They're still alright in like mediums and longs ish, kind of. Like mediums you can, like longs you can run Kitasen Black New Year's. I think Kitasen Black New Year's is fine in longs. Wherever Summer Suzuka is fine, but like they definitely aren't like the meta stay, especially since you have to deal with Christmas Ogre, right? But in terms of like front meta, like, you know, Valentine's Mihono Bourbon is still there. Like it doesn't matter that the second, like in a vacuum, like Bourbon is still the strongest front runner. It's just front runners themselves aren't that strong. But yeah, no, Summer Marzensky has been a fraud, right? Like she was like S- tier on release without the skill changes, but she drops to like low A because you can't run Marzensky speed because Valentine's Mihono Bourbon is stronger. I think just these early balance changes put her in the dirt way sooner. Summer Marzensky was a psyop. I mean, I pulled Summer Marzensky for a front blocker, and that instantly died as well. So I'm with you guys, you know? I'm with you guys. I got the Summer Marzensky for a blocker, and I used it for 1 CM that I lost. But I mean, like, Summer Marzensky... I don't know, What, it was... You have the Virgo Cup, which is a mile, and the Aquarius Cup. You have 2 CMs that you could have used Summer Marzensky in before the release of Valentine's Mihono Bourbon. No, Bourbon 127? No, you had 1 CM. It's literally just the Virgo Cup that she's somewhat meta in. Right? Like, long, you're probably not running Summer Marzensky. I guess you could run her in the medium track. Okay. Leo Cup, like, she was fine, right? Leo Cup, she was fine. I mean, it would have only been this cup, right? The CM that she would have been meta in. Like, mediums, she's not that strong. Longs, she's definitely not that strong. And then Christmas Ogre comes out here. And then the Dirt Mile here, Valentine's Mihono Bourbon is out. I feel like she just wasn't that strong to begin with. Like, she would have had 2 miles. And then I feel like everything else, she wasn't even that meta. I mean, she was still very strong, obviously. Is there a point to saving the SR crystal? I mean, some future SR cards power creep, right? But I would just use it. I mean, the next free pull... I mean, yeah, you should probably just wait 1 more day anyways for the last free pulls, but the next one's in New Year's, which is like 2 months. So, I mean, that's kind of a long wait. Yeah, maybe S-Maru was a psyop. Is League of Heroes easier than CMs? It depends on what your... Actually, yeah, we should... What does Air Shakur give? Like the SSR, it gives straightaway Spirit. I can go over this quickly, but you basically get points based on... So you bring in 3 Umas, and you get points based on each individual placement of the Umas, which is why it's more frontrunner favored, because you're less likely to get blocked, right? Because you would rather get top 4 than 1 Uma getting blocked and getting 6th place or lower. But all the rewards, the main reward is Plat 1, which is 20,000 points. And this is averaging 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on your Umas. It's not that much points. You need to get 130 per race. If you get a first, you get 100 points. And it's not that competitive going to Plat 1. And this is where you get the title, which is like the title where you have that you can have on one select character, I think. But this is just like the quote-unquote front-runner meta for people pushing for Plat 4. Is where like that quote-unquote front-runner meta comes out. And the main reason why this is like extremely competitive is because there's a top 96. There's a top 96 global race. So whoever reaches top 96 gets all put into a global race that everyone can watch. And that is the competitive aspect of the League of Heroes. When does it come out? The first instance of it is like a year from now. A year from now, 5/12. 5/12, 2023. Second anniversary. The 5th scenario-ish. Like around the 5th scenario is when it comes out. What are the rewards compared to the CM? There's like a reward for going through each ranking. Every time you go above Plat 4, which is really hard to do because you have a limited amount of attempts, you get more carrots. It's not that much more in terms of like sweating it out. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't really play League of Heroes. I just hit Plat 1 and then I stopped doing it. It's not like that much more rewards. Probably like a couple hundred extra carrots for the difference between Plat 1 and Plat 4. But I don't remember off the top of my head. Because the main thing like I just collect from here is the title, and like the title is not that hard to get. Like hitting Plat 1 is pretty simple. It's only if you want to sweat out for Plat 4 / top 96. Top 96 is basically you have to place 1st through 3rd in every single race you do. You have to place top 3. Can we expect another limit break crystal by the time Narita Top Road comes out? Yeah, you can expect. You can expect like one per scenario, but you do have to do all of the events. And I think the hardest quote unquote event to do is I think the hardest event to do, or like the hardest crystals to gain, is the mission events, or not the mission events, the story events, because you need to get 900,000 points. But if you do all of them, you should, you can skip 2 of them. You can skip 2 fragments, unless they give out more. This was everything on the Japanese server. But the hardest thing is one of the fragments is locked behind, it's not even 900k, it's 920,000 points. And because there is 5 story events with it, you have to hit this 3 out of the 5 story events. I didn't include the Mant missions and the 11th, so this is all before the 1st anniversary. Where there's another story event with the crystals and 14. 14 doesn't divide by 5. Okay, I guess you can skip 3 of them because this should be 15, right? Wait, what? Okay, never mind. You can skip. You can skip 3 of them. 3. There should be 23 and 26. But you can skip 3 of them, at least for getting 920,000 points. But if you did all the events, yes, you should expect to be able to craft 1 more crystal. Do you need Redshift for lates? No. I mean, Redshift is more so like compounds with no stopping, or let's pump some iron. So if you did like no, I mean, if you hit let's pump some iron into Redshift, like that's comparable to a Furious Feet proc. I just think it's too much SP and lower affinity kind of sucks. Especially like when you're stacking so much mid race. Not like sometimes my posse just gets pushed into 5th and you could lose it. I think there's just too much mid race now. Redshift is it's 5th or higher. Like, I mean, no, because you can't be 5th place going into the corner. If you're 5th place going to the corner, it activates too early. You have to hit let's pump some iron into Redshift. If you enter the corner in 5th place, no, but if you enter the corner in 5th place or higher, if you enter this corner in 5th place or higher, it activates too early. It's an overtake excel. You have to overtake into it. If you're in 5th place here, like you don't use Redshift. Like you have to overtake in the late race. You have to go into 5th place in the late race or farther. Yeah, that's why I'm saying you have to be 6th place, hit iron, and go into 5th place. Because you can't hit Redshift and iron at the same time. If you hit iron, you go into 5th place. That's the whole strategy. But you can't be higher than 5th place. You can't be higher than 6th place. What? How bad is it to get 1 million? I mean, it depends on if you do the... Where is it? Events? It depends on if you do the, like, if you use the... event bonus stuff. Like, I did 8 runs a day without the event bonus, and I got, like, 1.1 million points. But if you use the event bonus cards, like if you borrow an event bonus card, a event bonus card, and you did it, like it'd probably take less than that. But like I think I did 8 runs. I think I did 8 runs a day throughout the event, or throughout the last event, and I got 1.1 mil. So if you are unable to like play the game regularly, doing 8 runs a day. Actually, I think I was also running Summer. Actually, no, I was running Summer Marzensky for this one. So I had a 10% race bonus. And that was the only card. Yeah, so I had a 10% race bonus, or 10% event bonus, and it took me about 8 runs a day. So I think it still like averages out that you have to do like 5 runs a day in order to get like that's why I'm saying like 920,000 points is kind of high. But like prior to that, it's 600k points. 600k points is probably like 4 runs a day. It's just nearly, you know, doing like 40% more for 620,000 points, I don't think is feasible outside of doing like event runs, right? Where you borrow one of the maximum break cards here. Yeah, that's what, like, that's why I don't know, I sometimes hate that like people don't say like Like 920,000 points is a lot of points. Like I barely hit this doing 8 runs a day without running event cards. But if you just make a pure event deck, because you know Mihono Bourbon is a event card. I mean, technically this is a like you can run this card from the main story, and then you can borrow like Tamama Cross or Rob Roy, and then I don't know, run Super Creek. You could cut it down to like 3 runs a day. It's just it would purely be for getting points for the event. We'll get more points now. It's based on the Uma's score. Yeah, but like even if you hit S rank, it's not that much more, right? Like I was averaging 11,000 rating. What's the difference of me hitting what's the difference of me hitting 13,000 rating? Like it's a 2,000 rating difference. That's not gonna cut down that much. Maybe it drops it down to 7 runs a day. But like it's not like we doubled our score. Like even if we doubled the amount of score we got, it would still take 4 runs a day, right? That's still a lot of runs to expect from somebody. I mean, I'm not saying like I can do it, right? Like I can do 0 event bonus cards, do only parent runs, and I could probably hit 1.1 million again. Like you're still averaging like 4+ runs a day. I just want to like set realistic expectations. I don't think demanding what, like, you know, 920,000 points from somebody and saying that it's easy to get is like just a realistic expectation. Is it we have 5 runs worth of region a day? If you don't do that, why do you care about the crystal? I mean, okay. Like, sure, like, I guess if you can't do 5 runs a day, I guess you just shouldn't care about anything. I don't know what, like, your argument is. Like, I'm just trying to set a realistic expectation. Like, most people don't even use their 5 regens a day. I'm just, like, I don't know. I guess I should not talk to anyone who doesn't do at least a minimum of 5 runs a day. Like, is that your argument? Or like I shouldn't make content? I just don't know like why you want to argue about this. Like I think it's just unrealistic to expect everyone to like do like 10+ parent runs or like over 100 parent runs for a CM to sweat out everything. Yeah, like I just want to set an expectation. Like at this point, like if you can't get the 900k on every story event, you won't even get a full crystal, right? And like it's not like the crystals are free. I think like the legend race and like the trainer exam, the miracle showtime and whatever, like these are really easy to get. Like this takes like no grind. But just to get the, like you have to do 3 out of the 5 story events to 920,000 points to even get a full crystal before the 3rd scenario. I just want to like set a realistic expectation that like you do kind of have to grind these out. I mean, okay, wait, let me check the missions. Missions. Let me see. There's one here. You get one fragment from the missions here. There. So, man, so you can skip 1 SSR, 3 SR. So you can skip one more story event if you just wait for the Mant missions to come out, right? Yeah, it looks like you get one here and then 3 SRs. But like prior to this, you know, it's 23 SSRs, 26 SRs. I guess there's one more story event, but you would still need to hit 920,000 points in that 11th story event to get that other SSR crystal. A couple weeks for nothing but Ryan parents and just get blown out by a Taiki. What do you mean? Just pull Taiki, right? But like, it's just that like you have to grind out half of these story events to get a full crystal by the 3rd scenario. Because I think the other ones are easy to get. Like all of these other sources are pretty like simple to get. Like you can probably do the other sources by just doing 1 run a day. Like the legend races, you just do the legend races. The other 4, unless you want, or sorry, the other 3, unless you want all of the rewards, like you can, because these ones you can choose which rewards you want, so you can just buy the crystal and ignore like the other rewards. Just pulling about, yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't even think you need to pay. I mean, if you're casual, you probably have a lot of TP potions, right? Because like the TP potions are literally only for people who do over 5 runs a day. Or, yeah, it's like mainly for people who do over 5 runs a day. But I think like that's why I wanted to recommend like maybe think about doing an event run. You know, that doubles as maybe a fan run for your club. But 920,000 points is extremely high. I just wanted to set that, you know, hey, one of these crystals is hiding behind a grind. How long is the event? I mean, we can do some simple math, right? How long is the event? The event runs from the 24th to the 8th, or to the 6th. It runs until the 6th, so the 24th to the 6th. I mean, yeah, obviously the most ideal thing is they lower this grind, right? Like they lower this grind back down to 700k. But we have from the 24th to the 6th is 12 days. So let's go 920,000 points divided by 12 days. You need to average 76,666 points. Right? Like, this is how many points you need to get a day. I would say that in like URA, I was getting like 13 to 15,000. So let's just assume that you'd get 20,000. I mean, that's not that bad. 4 runs, if you got 20,000 points every run. Because I think I was getting like 13k on my parent runs. So let's just assume that you get 7,000 more points. Like, it's still 4 runs a day. Like, that's not that bad, I guess. Just do 4 runs a day for 12 days straight. Right. Under the assumption that we get 20,000 per career. Yeah, they don't really increase the TV cap. Have I upgraded my team trials? Nah, not really. I'm at A2 still. I mean, I'm not that worried. Because I average like 300 or 530 to 900. I think a lot of them still... I mean, when I did my first career on some, like, they've been updated. But a lot of these don't even have their outfits, right? 1, 2, 3... I still have a Haru here that doesn't even have her outfit. I think this Pos... Oh, no. I thought the Pasa had a dirt A. But I'm not that worried. Yeah, I mean, we have, what, 2 more days? Like, I don't think it's gonna climb up to 530,000. Does runaway heavily negatively impact late session due to the increased distance? I think it definitely benefits Taiki a lot. So I would say yes. It heavily, like, latent ends kind of have it worse, mainly because Taiki exists. Like, I think my Taiki generally wins when there's a runaway, and if there's just like a regular front, generally I lose to like a Taishin or a late. What kind of decks am I using? I mean, you just like... Let me see. Oh, this is old. I don't even know if I have a new one. I mean, I was doing double parent here. But I think this was just a low roll run. 655 stam. But you kind of just like grab... You kind of just grab as much gold stuff you can. Right? Concentration, Rushing Gale. Like, you just grab as much gold. I should probably have my wit higher, but I didn't really care. I think... I don't know, it's kind of hard. Like, I don't sweat out team trials. I just kind of just throw in whatever... I just throw whatever in there until it works. But just like wit... I mean, I think you can hit... Like, you can retain in class 6 if... Like, your sprint and your milers are just wit box, like wit maxed, and then your mediums and longs you just throw in whatever. And then roll a wit max here. Yeah. Like, I even just have, like, my Taiki here, because it has high wit and 3 golds. Like, definitely wit matters, obviously, but... You just throw in as much skills as you can and as high wit as you can. It's harder to do in mediums and longs, so you can try to win in mediums and longs, and then for sprints... Oh shoot, I didn't want to race somebody. Like, yeah, for mediums and longs, you can just like hit the stam requirements and try to win. For sprints, miles, and dirts, you can just wit max and grab as many skills as you can. Even like in miles and dirts, you can even grab a recovery skill. Like, you can use Rice Shower Power and grab Swinging Maestro as a skill to proc for points, and also to live the mile at like below 600 stam. So then you can just do, you know, speed, power, wit. But you're just trying to grab as many skills while also kind of trying to run the course. I don't know. There's not... I mean, obviously there's a meta if you're like aiming for top 100. But like the general rule of thumb is just grab as many skills as you can, try to maximize your wit. And then if you can't bring a wit deck to a medium or a long track, just try to win it and try to get carried by the points from your sprint, miles, and dirts. I don't think... Like, I think following that rule of thumb probably gets you to like 500. I think most people who did that and redid all their team trial units got to like 560k, and I think that's good enough. Creek Fantasy Wonder Kit maxed long distance with 4 recoveries. Oh yeah, I think Tachyon can also do that. Yeah, I think you also want to put in Umas that are suited for team trials, right? So like Gold City's like Gold City is one of those Umas that just print out skills. So like Gold City's a team trial Uma. Reich Super Creek's a team trials Uma. You can just grab recovery skills. Tachyon's is kind of a team trials Uma, just because like the lower your stam can go, so you can higher your wit, the better it is for team trials. Yeah, you can grab Watchful Eye and run with 400 stam on Gold City, and she also just gets an insane amount of skill points. Howard, I didn't mean to do any room matches today. I think I was too busy yapping. But like, I think the main thing is just grab reliable gold skills. Like Concentration's reliable, right? Because all you have to do is pass the wit check. Rushing Gale is reliable because all you have to do is pass the wit check. Like any skill where all you have to do is pass the wit check and not the positioning, and not like there isn't a positioning requirement or anything, is a good skill. Corner skills are good. Straight skills are good. Like you don't care about winning, you just care how easy is it to proc the skill. Is wit just for proccing skills? Not. I mean, it's also for stat inflation, right? Like the higher you can get 3 stats, like 600s across the boards will always be lower stats than 2 stats at 1200, right? So people who have recovery skills, like even Haru, right? It's not that consistent to try to proc her recovery skill, but even Haru, you can just wit max on her and lower the stam a bit. Maybe throw in Rico for like 400 stam for a mile, and then bank on her recovery skill. How many races in the career? In our Haru, you probably don't do that many more races, like 1 or 2 more. But you should just get a lot of SP for wit maxing in our Haru. Like you should still try to build to win, right? Or at least not play dead last. But you get a lot of points from skills. But you just want like anything that like go with the flow, always procs. Like it might not help you win, but it will always proc. Parent runs are better in Haru, but if you don't have parents set up, like if you don't have a decent parent that can hit inspirations with like decent affinity, like this is a decent parent, right? Like I might not have the best blues and reds, but I hit like 3 skills off of inspiration with this. You want something like this in Araharu just so it's easier to get the skills you want, because it's harder to look for hints. If you don't have something like around here, you should do your parent runs in URA first, just so you can look for hints. But once you have something set up like this, then you can swap over to Araharu. Like, let me see, do I even have long parents? I might have glued all of them. Whoops. I have a lot of Maruzenskis. Do I have Straightaway Spurt? Oh, I might be on an Ogre. Like this is a, like, if you had something like this for CM6, I would do runs in Araharu instead. But if you don't have like that initial Straightaway Spurt, and you don't own Air Shakur, you should probably do URA first. Where should you do parents? I mean, if you're looking for skills like Head On, which only happens from explosions, then yes, you should do your runs in Araharu. Is URA more consistent for Teo winning the Triple Crown? I think Araharu, it's easier to get stats in. URA is like only if you need skills from hints. Like if you need Muteki's skills from hints, like ramp up. It's ramp up. Playtime's over in her events, so it's just ramp up and tail held high. Right? Like if you need specific hint ones, or like Marvelous Sunday, you need her specific hint ones, you should do URA. But if you don't need skills from hints, like if you're able to run Smart Falcon instead of Air Groove for Groundworks, you should do Araharu instead. I think it's just a lot easier when you have your parents set up. I don't know where the rest of my Straightaway Spurts are. I might not have saved it. But like I'm probably gonna try to. I'm pretty sure I used this on something else. I think I have a 7-star straightaway spread somewhere. Oh wait, I have a 6-star here. Okay, yeah, like this one I have a 6-star straightaway spread, so I'll probably start my long parents from the Symboli. Why do they hide the red exclamation mark? I don't know. Do I really only have a 6-star? Oh well. I'll figure it out once I start doing parent runs. Alright, I think I am going to end my stream here. Sorry I did say that I wanted to do room matches today, and I just ended up not. I think I just got... I didn't plan out today's stream, but there was just a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. But hopefully, like, something was useful that I said. Don't need Spurt Spark when you run Taishin. I don't own Taishin. But I mean, yeah, sure. I do need the Spurt Spark for gold chip. But yeah. I'm not gonna pull on Pegasus. Even though now, after I kind of convinced myself that Pegasus is probably the best out of the 4, especially since it lets me live through this scenario with a second SSR speed. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Make content with really good practice rooms. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of just lost on what I want to do in terms of content. But I will still. I think I'm just lost. I'm kind of confused. Anyways, never do the off-stream pulls. Yeah, no. Actually, I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow, so I think I have to use the last 10 pulls off stream. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching today's stream. I'm gonna end it here. But hopefully I was able to help something. I don't know. Hopefully I was able to help you guys with something. Bye bye.